I didn't do any testing. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. I'm so good
Testes
at
to feed.
Twitch. Test, test, test. There, I can hear myself. Say something.
Something.
Hello.
I hear y'all too. Perfect.
Something.
Something. When last we left our intrepid investigators, they were heading for Azakarian, the city of sages. When their caravan master decided he was not going to go through the Dark Forest of Gloon without another caravan. So they waited about a week with him, and then this barbarian showed up, a Nid of the West, who cajoled the dreamers into going without the caravan. Uh, they entered the Dark Forest of Gloon. You met a couple of traveling men who were also heading for Zakarian, uh, uh, Varus and Penter, along with Oyster the Terrier, decided to travel together. You heard this weird chirping noises coming from the woods. There were a lot of little things moving around. When you got to the town of Twinkletown, which lies halfway through the forest, the men of the village said that the Frizzi-Nocs had wiped out the village except for them. All the women and children were killed first. They were supposed to guard at night, but they didn't. They attacked for some reason, and they wiped everybody. They killed everybody. And the wizard who had made them, the men killed him during the confusion because it was his fault. Um, I believe Loren saw some bodies out in the fields,
Hmm.
and then you met the man who had talked to you in the street named Clyde, and he and the survivors from the village have been staying in the tavern as the only safe place in town. Um, yeah, so let's see. Miss Eldridge and Fernando Jimenez both have no, yeah, zebras that they've been riding.
Yep.
The stable is currently got the doors wide open. We'll do a quick, brief recap. Where's my town map? Hold on one moment. Ah, cool. There's a legend on this map for the keeper. That's super handy. So if you look in the in the Discord, there is a Twinkletown player map that's got numbers on it. Number one are those signs that warned people away on either side of the town. Number two looks like a smithy. Front doors are closed. Number three looks like a big storehouse. That one's closed from the outside, like there are bolts and there's a bar. Four looks like a little well right there where the roads meet. Um, Five is a stable, and right now the stable doors are open. Six is the tavern, the Little Star Tavern. And then down the road, you can see a three-story building with a sign that's out front, but you can't read it. That's number seven on the right. And then number eight on the left also looks like it has a sign out front, just flat across the front. You can't read that. You're not sure what that is. That's a two-story building. Most of these buildings are two-story, except for that building down the street, and then to your right, to the south, building number nine, which is a tall narrow three-story building. And it appears like there's a barn or something behind that at 10. And then the other buildings are all two-story. They appear to be made of stone or wood, like really solid, like lots of logs. They've also got a lot of, I think some of you have noticed that there's a lot of carvings and engravings all over them of stars, constellations, all that kind of stuff on all the houses in this town. Many of them have the front doors or nailed shut, like boards nailed over them, or the shutters are closed on the windows, or both nailed over them. You've noticed some of the upstairs windows, the shutters are open. Sometimes even the windows are open. Um, I'm trying to think if there's any details I have missed. The farms are very lush around here right now. It's like before harvest time. Mm, and the three of you are alone with Anid. Um, right at the crossroads. Um, Valrus and Penter have gone into the tavern. Um, Clyde, who has been talking to you, who is really upset and very disturbed by all this stuff that's going on, had also gone into the tavern. Um, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, and you have been invited if you want to stay there. That building seems to be safe. At least nobody's dying in there, is the impression you got. So, it's a little afternoon, lots of daylight left, and the four of you, including the NPC, are standing there, and it is looking around suspiciously um, all around him.
I mean,
What
so
do you want to do?
in theory, if Twinkletown is halfway through the forest and it's like noon, we could get to the other side of the forest,
It's just afternoon,
right?
and Clyde says you would never be able to get there before dark. He said that
Okay.
was one of the things he said when he talked to you earlier. Last game session,
Okay.
he said that. He seemed very disturbed.
But it only took us how long to get where we're at?
4 or 5 hours.
Okay. I think I have three or
So,
four.
but if it's halfway, wouldn't we be able to get there just by dark-ish?
Well,
I'm just telling you what he told you.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
So it's not necessarily the distance, but maybe the danger that would take us longer?
Maybe.
No
Okay.
idea.
I mean, they know this forest better than we do.
I kind of want to ask that. Of what Clyde, his name is?
Yeah. He went
Okay.
into the tavern.
I don't know where we were in conversation, but anyway, I'll just be like, yes,
Well, no,
we thought that this
he
place.
left. He left you guys out there on the street.
Oh, I thought he was in.
No, he went into the tavern.
You said he was. Oh,
And it is with
okay.
you,
No.
the barbarian. Clyde
Oh,
left. He was all
right.
freaking out. And
Okay.
then he was, I believe he asked you for help, maybe, or doesn't know what to do. And then he headed into the tavern again. So right now you're alone on the street. Another man
Okay.
does come out of the
All right.
tavern, though.
Well, scratch that then.
Yeah, I will. So another man does come out of the tavern. Let me give you a picture. I've been putting these in in-game chat. They're supposed to go in in-game texts, but they're gonna all go in the same place into in-game chat. Here it is. There he is. So he is filthy.
Oh, he's so furry.
He's ugly. He's got like this ragged beard that grows just on his chin. It doesn't look like that's intentional. He's got dirty clothing. His hat looks dirty. He's got a large bulbous nose, and he's, pardon me, kind of short and stout. And he looks your direction. And whoops, I just moved every piece of paper off out of this binder. There we go. And then he kind of walks over to you. Again, you're just standing there, you're just kind of in a group in the middle of the town.
Okay.
Clyde
Okay.
sent me to show you around if you wanted to look. If you wanted to look. If you wanted to look around. And he starts like pointing just at random buildings. I'm Fiscal.
Sure.
Oh,
Who are you?
hello.
Ah, who are
I'm
you?
Isabella.
Isabella.
Nice to meet you.
Is it?
Uh,
He looks at
yes.
Hutton.
Why don't you give us a tour?
I'm Loren Hutton.
My name is Fernando Jimenez.
Anid. That's the smithy. They're dead. That's the storehouse. It's full of frizzies. That, he's pointing down the road, 2, 3, 5. That's the stable. I don't think they're in there anymore. That's the tavern. That's the tavern. What do you want to see?
Uh,
What do you want to do? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna help us?
So you said there are still frizzies up there?
Where are you pointing, Sean?
At the what was the second one?
Five?
Storehouse.
Yeah, he said there were frizzies
Five
still in the
across
one
the
building.
street?
Yeah, that's number 3. Yeah, there's still frizzies.
Oh.
You can hear them moving around in there. So we can't get to any of the
And
food.
he said, what was that building? What's in there?
Storehouse.
Okay.
It's a big 2-story
So where
building.
they store food and stuff?
Yeah, all the shutters are shut on it. Really big, heavy shutters. And it looks like it's closed. Their bolts and stuff are on the outside of the door instead of like on the inside.
Oh, I see.
And what do the
Oh, so
frizzies
is that
look
where
like?
your town?
They're little, like a melon sized. They got teeth. And they got these dark eyes, and they just and fur. That's all there is to them. They're not this big. There's a lot of them, and they tear you apart.
Hmm.
They tear you apart.
Now, do they only eat humans?
They eat
Or
anything.
do they
They
eat
eat
your
everything.
food as well? Is that where you keep your food?
I don't know. I don't know if they eat the food. I don't know nothing about frizzies.
Oh, well,
That's
I was just wondering if maybe they ate the food in the storehouse. So you
maybe.
guys don't
So
have any
what?
food left,
Yeah,
perhaps.
I'm not going in there. It's dark in there, and they're in there waiting. So even if they don't eat any of that food, I don't. I'm. You could go get some. Do you want to go get some? I'm not going in there. Not me. That's a wizard's
I'm just
house
trying
down
to
there.
understand the situation. Do you know how many are in there?
Too many. They're fast. They're real fast. They latch onto you and
20,
tear you apart.
50?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of the storehouse. He's dead.
Okay. Well, what do you all think? Should we try to uh, um eliminate them or be on our way? I I'm not sure what to do here.
We could uh check it out. I
Yeah,
mean,
we could attempt
I
to
would
help
want
them.
someone to help me if I was in such a danger. We can see what we can
True.
do at least.
It would be nice if we could help them.
Yes.
I'm not sure that we can, but um we
A
could
nid.
try.
Is this something you may be interested in?
You're asking a Ned? He
Yeah.
he just grunts.
You look like you are not scared of any frizzies.
He just shakes his head real slow.
Yes? You're you're a hero adventurer, correct?
I'm a
Isn't this
wanderer.
your
I wander.
bread and butter?
I have killed many
Oh,
things,
so
if
you're
that's what you
not in
mean.
the business of saving people?
I have saved people, and I've killed many things.
Hmm.
What do you want me to kill?
All right. Well, maybe you should go first then, if we are going in there
Why are we going in there?
to save the town, if that's what we're deciding on.
Going in that building will save the town? How?
Well, if we
You said
eliminate
there's
them,
frizzies.
they're pests.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, what'd you say, Aaron? You broke up.
I said there's frizzies in there.
So, burn it down.
So they're hurting the
That would
townspeople. Do we want
that
to
would
save them?
also guarantee to eliminate all their food, and they would have nothing to eat.
He
At least,
like gestures to these crops all around.
I just want to say, like, until they can harvest.
They should hunt.
It sounds like they need an exterminator for their pest problem. So we could give it a shot.
Is that what you're going to do? You're going to kill all the frizzies? There's got to be hundreds of them.
We could at least try.
Are you afraid?
Yes, I'm afraid. They killed the whole village. They killed us all. Aren't you afraid?
Wait, no, I was talking to a Nid.
That's not a Nid's
We're
voice.
talking to a Nid.
This is Fiscal that said all this.
Oh. I thought we were well. Okay, I was talking to
Fiscal's
Anid
yeah. Well, Fiscal
about him
just
going
broke in.
first.
Fiscal just broke in, and he just interrupted.
Okay.
So he's talking now.
Okay, got it.
Well, we've never dealt with Frizzies.
Now it's a Ned. Maybe we need to know more about them. It is good to know your enemy.
that's a bad idea.
That's true. Is there anyone else
Uh,
that could be seen these Frizzies?
That is what, Aaron?
Or anyone? Is there anyone in
or
town that
has
could
anyone
see
caught
these
one?
Frizzies?
Killed one?
Or could tell us more?
Fisco just shakes his head. He's like, no. No, we're the only ones left. We didn't know much about them. I don't know nothing. They're just the Frizzies.
Um,
Hmm. Perhaps we go in the tavern and ask around.
They
Maybe
will not
somebody
know.
else.
That's Fiscal. They don't know shit, is what Fiscal tells you. None of us know anything about them, or we do something about them. We just want to get out of here. I don't ever want to come back here.
I suppose we could try to evacuate the town as another option and bring them with us on the road.
They've been killing everybody. People tried to leave. We haven't seen them. I think they're dead. I'm pretty certain they're dead.
Or maybe they left and never wanted to come back.
Yeah,
And
that's
they're
what I would
just
do.
fine.
No, they're dead.
Well,
They would have sent back some
is that
kind of
what you would
help. They would have
prefer?
done something. Yeah, I know. They wouldn't have just left us here. They're dead. I can tell you that. That's one thing I'm certain about.
All right.
um, do you have any books or anything of lore of this town? Has this town dealt with Frizzies in the past?
I don't read.
Okay, does anyone left alive read?
I don't know. Clyde maybe, but he ain't got no books.
Is there a place in town that may have books?
Okay, guys, told you all
Oh,
these houses that are marked and what they were, and people have pointed out what they
Hmm.
are.
okay, I
Mhm.
can't.
Okay, so armor smith or not armor smith, fucking blacksmith, storage house, inn, stable. Uh, well, the two buildings down the way, you don't know what they are with signs on them. Further down the road, 7 and 8. 9
Yeah,
is where
yeah, the
the
big one.
wizard lived. You're not sure what 10 is. It looks like some kind of big barn or something. Everything else just looks like houses.
Um, what about the wizard? Is he dead?
He's dead.
He's dead.
We killed him because he let him
Okay.
because they killed our families. The Frizzies killed our families. He made the Frizzies.
Oh, well, then
It
let's
might be
check out the
wise.
wizard.
Yeah, it might be wise to investigate where he was at.
He's dead.
Yes, the wizard would have books. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, but his house is probably full of Frizzies.
Well, if we want to learn more, I think that's a great idea. We should investigate that.
All right, come on. Fisco heads down the down the
You don't
down
have to come with us.
the road. He just keeps walking.
All right. Yeah, we're
Okay, be
following.
safe.
Are
Bye.
you're okay? So you guys are just standing there while he walks towards
No,
you.
we're
He turns and
following.
looks your way, like
Uh,
I said I'm following.
okay.
Yeah.
Like if he's
Oh,
taking
okay.
us to the
Oh,
wizard
he's
house.
going the way we're going.
He's
All
going
right.
down to the wizard's house. He's supposed to show you guys around town. So,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
he mentions as
Got
as
it.
you're walking down there that he doesn't trust the well. It's awful dark down there. And he kind of looks over his shoulder at that well back in the center of town.
Well,
Do you think there are frizzies in there?
They're everywhere.
except the
Okay.
tavern.
Not in the tavern. And we locked it up. We lock it up as soon as it starts getting dark.
Well,
If you're not
we
in
will try
there,
to be back.
say again, Aaron.
we will try to be back before dark.
You better be, or you have to take your
Although
chances.
I don't suppose the stables are safe for our zebras. They would probably be
Right.
pissed
Didn't
off.
we hear they were? Or I was going to suggest putting the zebras, inside the tavern for safety.
I don't. I don't know if there's frizzies in the barn, in the stable. I don't know.
Okay.
Um,
Somebody, Clyde said that the zebras in the stables were killed,
he did say that.
I
Yes, that
believe.
is correct. You are correct. He said there's some men and the zebras they had been in the stables and killed, but he didn't give you any details aside from that.
Okay.
So that's not safe. If we are going to, I, I don't know if we could get them inside the tavern, but um, just an idea I'm throwing out there
Yep.
Okay, you reach this wizard's
as we
house.
walk.
It's a three-story house. It's very tall and narrow. It looks pretty old. It's again, there's all kinds of star motifs on everything. The lower floor, the front door's closed. The shutters have been nailed shut. Um, there is there's a weird star symbol on the door that stands out. Anybody who's got Cthulhu Mythos can make me a roll.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, if you have it, it's probably pretty low.
Let me see.
So I don't even have it,
Sorry,
so
That's
computer's.
fine.
Ah, uh, I probably just have a few points. Um,
Here, hold on.
8.
Um,
I have an 8.
you have 8. Oh, that's right. Yeah, a lot of crap happened to you, and yeah, make a
Did I?
roll. Yeah, 8 sounds right for you.
Okay,
Plus, you have read some books.
give it a shot. Ah, dang it. Really need a better place to roll.
You need a dice tray. Like this one. Ooh. Aaron made
Ooh,
that one for me.
50. 54.
54? Yeah, okay, don't worry about it. No, you don't recognize
So,
it. It's
no.
just a strange looking star with like what looks like a stylized flame in the center of it. Um, you can see that there's a very large building behind it. That unlike a lot of the building behind it looks newer. It doesn't have a lot of the decorations, um, and it has a gambrel roof. So like the kind of roof you find on a barn.
oh yeah.
Whereas all the rest of the villages, all the rest of the buildings in this village have gabled roofs. They're very tall, and you've noticed that they appear to have like they're very well built, like solid. The shingles look like they're like 2 inches thick. I mean, they're solid.
Like slate shingles.
Yeah, exactly. All right. The door's closed, but it does not appear to be boarded. Well, no, yeah. You notice there is a board. Just one board's been nailed to hold the door closed. That's him. That's the
Okay.
wizard's house. Back there's
All right.
the Frizzy farm or something. I don't know.
Is that where they all came from?
No, they were in the houses. They were in the houses because they were supposed to defend the houses. And then they went crazy
Yeah.
and attacked everybody and killed us all.
Okay. Well, can you help us pry off this board and
Uh-uh. No, I ain't going near that
no?
place. No, I'm not leaving this middle of the street where there's lots of sunlight.
Okay.
I'll hold your horse, your
Well,
zebras if you want.
very well. Um, Nid, would you assist me with the door?
He doesn't say anything. He just walks over to the door. Uh, um,
Okay.
he takes his sword out and he jams it down like between the board and the door. I will make a strength
Okay.
check for him since he's got leverage. And then he just goes, and you hear a creak of the nails, and the board just whips out. And then he looks at his
Oh,
sword
very good.
blade, makes sure it's not damaged, he puts it away.
All right, that
There.
works.
Nice.
Very good.
You
What do
reach.
we see and do we hear anything?
Okay. So, Isabella, you kind of are up there kind of trying to listen, right?
I'm behind Anid for sure,
Okay.
but
But
I'm trying to listen.
yeah, go. You can make me
Yeah.
a listen check if you're trying to listen. Nobody's really talking. You two of you dismounted. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Did you hand your reins to
I'm mostly
Frisco?
listening for Frizzies.
Did you hand
Yeah,
your
I
reins to
handed.
Frisco?
Yes, I did.
Fiscal. Okay, yeah, he's just holding them.
Oh. Nah.
Nothing. Okay, that's fine. You don't hear anything unusual. As you're kind of standing there listening, Anid just reaches forward, works the latch, and pushes the door open. It wasn't locked. Uh,
Okay.
it moves slowly, and you hear this really loud creak, like a ah. Um, and you get the impression this door is very heavy. Um,
Yeah.
the walls, you can see once the door is open, the walls are thick, like 2 feet thick. They're made of
Okay.
stone on part of it, and then the upper floors are made of wood, but it's almost like logs. And it's very dark in there. All the windows are shuttered shut, um, and it looks like the door opens into it looks like some kind of a sitting room or a parlor. But again, very dark in there. Something. Everybody can make me another listen check now. Oh,
Ooh,
he didn't make it.
I just made it. I made, yeah, a
Anybody
regular.
else?
Regular.
Hutton, Isabella. Don't forget to check these off if they're not checked off already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um, Probably success. Let me see.
Base
I
is
got a
20.
15.
You got a 15. That's definitely a
So,
success.
Yeah.
I think you have points in
God,
something.
my computer's so slow. Ah,
base is, base is 20. So,
I see it, but yeah, it's okay, it's 20. So yeah,
It is
success.
base. Okay. So yes, you hear something like moving in there. It seems like more than one thing moving around in the darkness.
Okay. Um,
all right, I'm
does
going
it
to get
seem
out
like
one of my
a couple of things or a lot of things?
You made regular successes. You're not sure, but something is in there moving around,
Okay.
and you're
I'm
guessing
going
it's
to get
more than.
out one of my,
Go ahead,
I'm
Fernando.
going to get out one of my, yeah,
One of
I'm
what?
going to get out one of my
I
tomahawks
cannot
to be
hear you,
ready.
Aaron. Whatever you're doing, every time you say what you're doing, it just rolls into like mumbling.
Okay.
3 times now you said, I'm getting out, and that's all I've heard. So what are you trying to get out?
I'm going to try to get out my tomahawks.
Tomahawks, yeah. Yep. You can have them in hand.
All right. Yeah, that's what I want to do right now.
Yeah.
Let's
When I
have
see
them
him
ready.
pull his tomahawks, I'm gonna pull my scimitar.
Okay.
I guess
Oh, I
one of
got a
us should
rapier.
go
That's
in.
what it was. Yeah, I'm also pulling out my rapier.
I'll move forward towards the door.
Okay. Yeah. You go to the doorway. You're looking in. It's very dark. All the shutters are closed, which makes it very dark in this room. There looks like there's another room past this one, and then there's some steps that go up.
Hmm.
But the room is very dark. You can only make out shapes of furniture. You can't make out any details.
I take it we don't have any form of like
Hmm.
light to like a torch or anything.
Um,
The
is
sun.
there like a is there like a piece of wood or something?
There's a piece of wood that a Ned broke off the door.
Yeah, I'll just grab that, and I'm
Okay.
going to try to use my dream magic to set it on fire. Can I do that?
Okay. You just want it to
Like
be
the
on fire. Is that all you're doing?
no, no, I want the top of it to burn like a torch.
Okay. Do you just want to turn it into a torch, Aaron?
Yeah, well, yeah, let's do that. Let's turn it into a torch.
Come on,
That
use
would be
use your powers. One
Yeah.
magic point to make a torch.
Okay.
Give me a dreaming check.
Oh, one. I got an 01.
You got an 01?
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay. Hmm. I'm
Oh,
trying
it's
to
already
think
checked off.
what would be really cool that would actually get made that is better than a torch.
A
Uh,
lantern.
but out of wood. It's wood though.
Oh yeah.
And it needs to be something that shape. Um, uh,
Like one of
you,
those, like a sconce sort of torch or something. I don't know, but that would have metal on it then too. But
what you've made is this. Oh, yeah. Whatever that's burning on the end of that torch is super bright. Um,
okay,
like phosphorus or something. You don't know what you just
okay,
made, but it is burning this bright blue. Like, like you're not even sure what you just made.
yeah,
But it is brightly burning, lighting the area. You see, a Nid does like this because he was not standing very far away from you and shields his eyes for a moment. When it basically it's like it just bursts into flame. The top just bursts into flame, like boom. And now you've got this really, really brightly burning torch in your hand. You don't know how long it'll last, but it's really bright.
okay, all right.
Like you're like
So
this.
yeah, um, yeah. I'm maybe try to hold it a little more above my head so it's not like in my eyes,
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. That does help a lot.
and I'll look about the room. Um,
So you're going in.
yeah, I'll go in.
You step in the room. It is a parlor. It's a very neat, nicely made parlor. Actually, it's kind of messy. It looks like let's see. Oh, I didn't note that, so I guess I. Okay. It's a little messy. Like somebody had been living here and have been kind of a slob. I mean, the room is real neat and tidy, but then you see some food on the floor. You know, like it looks like nuts. Like somebody was eating and just they just fell out of his mouth while he was eating. Um, there's a smell coming from inside the house, and there's like a smell of like rot coming from the kitchen area. And it looks like it's a kitchen in the back, and then a set of steps that go up. And that's pretty much all there is to this the ground floor. Oh, you also notice. So one of the reasons why it's so dark, you were like, that's weird because the shutters on the outside, yeah, they'd stop some light, but they're not going to block all of it. There's another set of shutters on the inside of each window, in
Okay.
addition to the exterior shutters.
I'm gonna start opening up some of these shutters then, and
Okay.
starting to let more light
Yeah.
into the house.
Okay. It's going to be tricky
Oh,
with one hand. You can like unbolt them. They have these heavy bolts,
Yeah,
and then
I'll
you.
set down one of my tomahawks or whatever. And
Okay.
oh yeah, I'm still gonna have to do. It's still gonna be one handed.
Yeah, you still have the
So,
torch. You open them up.
yeah.
The windows are crisscrossed with metal bars, and then there's glass between the bars. But they're solid. You work the latch on the window, and it takes some strength to get it to go up. There's another shutter on the outside. You know what I mean? And that's close too. You unbolt it, and it's not bolted. This one's not. Wait. Okay, I might have to retro this. Hold on a sec. Actually, the shutters on the inside are all ajar or askew. None of them are actually closed all the way. So it's
Okay.
easy to just push them open. The windows are heavy and all that. The outside ones are also not bolted, but when you push, they don't move. And you remember that a lot of these have been nailed shut. Like somebody's nailed boards over a lot of the shutters in the town.
Okay.
I mean, you could
So
pound on
yeah.
it and try to break it. These are thick shutters too. These bad boys are like 2 inches thick. They're crazy
Okay.
solid.
Fernando's not very strong. Well, I
It
guess
seems
he's
like the
not too bad. Never mind.
boarding
Yeah,
up.
Go ahead,
I'll
Isabella.
find
Say
it.
what you were gonna say.
Okay. It seems like the boarding up of these houses and such didn't keep the Frizzies out. Um, allegedly, although
Well,
we still haven't
Well,
seen any.
the
yeah,
Frizzies supposedly
they
were
may have
made
already.
inside
Well,
this place
yeah,
by the
and he said
wizard.
they were already in the home.
I didn't quite catch.
The Frizzies would have already been in the home. They were made in this place by the wizard.
Oh, true.
They were
Yeah, that's
locking
true.
them
I
in
guess.
the houses. Do you want those open?
Hmm.
Yeah,
You,
I was gonna go around and start opening from the outside.
okay. Loren goes. Anid will go with you. It shouldn't take long with both of you just ripping the. There's only a few windows, and you guys have like this freaking crazy light in this room. While they're gone, what do the two of you want to do?
Um,
Isabel and Fernando.
I'm
Mm,
reluctantly going to head towards the kitchen.
Okay. It's a mess.
yeah,
Um,
same.
okay. The two of you go to the kitchen. It's messy. It looks like somebody cooked a meal here and just kind of left the leftovers on the counter. They're starting to go. Um,
Okay.
there's some like meat, like beef or something that was cooked. It's a mess. Whoever did this cooking just didn't seem to care if they made a mess of the kitchen. So the
Okay.
smell that you're getting from downstairs is this food starting to turn. There's no ice
Okay.
box or anything, and most of the food was probably salted. But even so, once it's been cooked, it was some vegetables, and none of the dishes have been cleaned up. There were some dishes in the parlor as well, just like sitting on the floor or on a chair or on a side table, that kind of thing. Um, it looks like people ate more than one person, you would guess. But it looks like a few people ate a meal is what you're putting together, and just made a mess of this place.
Okay.
Hmm. But no like weird animal tracks or
Um,
evidence of an animal
you can
around.
make a track check if you would like to see if you can recognize. Yes, nobody has that very good, so I'm falling
Right.
back
Let's
on
see.
that because that's
Actually,
perfect. Actually, if
I've
you're
got
not,
10.
Lauren's good at it, but he's not there.
Why not?
Lauren, you and Ned do not have a whole lot of trouble. Give me one
No.
strength check, Lauren. If you make it, it's like butter. If you don't, it takes just a little bit longer. I'll do the same for Ned.
Yeah, regular success.
Yeah, same for him. So you guys just go around the house, just ripping the boards off. Fiscal's just kind of looking at you like, what are you doing? But he doesn't say anything. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, oh, ah. He just seems very disturbed by this. Um, did you either of you make a track check in the house?
no, but I
No.
can't.
Okay.
Well, I hadn't rolled yet, so
Oh, you can if you
um,
want. If you, Isabella's
I
looking
failed.
around very carefully in the room, trying to see if she can find
Yeah,
Frizzy's
I'm
sign.
gonna I want to search the room for. I don't know what I'm searching
The
for, but
kitchen. We don't have to know if you just want to start. Are you searching the kitchen or the parlor?
I might want to go back into the parlor and search the parlor for like any books, like
Sure.
diaries or something.
There's a few books on some shelves, but they're more like decorative books. Um,
Okay.
they're boring, almost like textbook kind of things.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll just
chemistry,
open them.
medicine, that kind of stuff. Sorry, go ahead, Aaron. Aaron.
No. So yeah, I would just like basically open up that title page or whatever, see what they are. Maybe leaf through a couple pages,
Yeah, they all appear to
or
be
maybe
like books that are like somebody who's educated would read them. You know what I
gotcha.
mean?
Yeah.
Um, Isabella, you didn't find
Makes
any
sense.
tracks or anything that you could recognize. Aaron, as you were coming back into the parlor, you heard noises going up the stairs. Small noises.
Okay. I thought I heard something going upstairs.
Do I hear that?
No, no, you were in the kitchen
Oh,
looking around.
I mean, do I hear him say that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
pretty small house.
Okay.
There's like a fireplace in the and there's a fireplace between the parlor and the kitchen. as well that opens on both sides. One is obviously for cooking. The other side is obviously for like having a nice winter's fire or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, when he says that and I don't find anything in the kitchen, I'll link up with Fernando and head
Okay.
upstairs, I guess.
Um, about the time you come back
Oh,
to
I'm
the
not heading
parlor,
upstairs yet.
about
I'm
the,
not heading upstairs yet.
about the time you come to the parlor, Loren and
Okay.
Enid come back in the front room.
Okay.
Have you found anything
Well,
yet?
if they come in,
Uh,
no, but I thought I heard something go upstairs. Something small.
shall we
Enid goes
shall
to
we
the steps
go
and he looks up,
invest?
but he doesn't go up yet. He's just looking up there.
Have you searched everywhere down here?
Yeah, what else is down here? Are there any more rooms?
No, it's just two rooms. Some books on some shelves. Fernando has one in his hand. He puts it down or tucks it back onto the shelf.
Yeah.
Knickknacks.
Wow, my internet is awful right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Every time you talk, Andy, it's I'm like, what? It's rough.
I'm sorry.
That's
Not really.
my own.
Not really anything down here that looks interesting or looks
Okay.
pertinent. Like little knickknacks on the shelves. There is like a little tiny stuffed animal on the fireplace mantle. It just has two eyes and a smiling mouth. I mean, it's obviously stuffed and it's very small. It's like the size of a potato. Crudely made. Kind of cute, actually. It's like got a big smile on its face. No fangs or anything
I'll pick it up.
threatening. Yeah, it's just a little stuffed animal of some kind.
So
Wait, sorry, question. Did this face come with us?
Fiscal?
Friscal?
No. He's holding the
Fiscal?
zebras out in the middle of the street.
Okay. Dang.
Lauren,
Okay.
what were you saying?
I wanted to I'm gonna basically say out loud. These things are supposed to be like furry, right?
I don't know.
Mhm.
Ned nods.
Furry things shed. I'm gonna look for like hair on the furniture and like.
Yes, you do find quite a bit of fur
Yeah.
hair on the furniture. Um, aside from like the dishes and stuff, Sean, there's no dust. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
you get down on your knees, you're looking at the furniture because you're like scraping at it, trying to find
Yeah.
fur or whatever, and you realize that this furniture, other than this shedded hair, and it's not a whole lot, that the room is really very clean. Like whoever lived here kept it up, except for like spilled food and these plates with partially eaten meal on it, and this mug that still has like this much ale in the bottom. You're getting that stale beer smell from it. Otherwise, the room seems immaculate. Same with you, Fernando. The books were not dusty at all that you pulled out and you kind of looked at.
Okay.
Isabella, aside from the mess that was made from cooking in the kitchen, the countertops that weren't a mess were clean. There were some jars that are like clear glass jars with lids that look like they have sugar or flour or something in them, very neatly put in one corner. Um, yeah,
Curious. That's odd,
I mean, it kind of looks like
right?
in that room there was maybe a little bit of a struggle of some kind or some surprise, but the rest of this
Or
place
it
looks.
almost seems like maybe someone was I don't know if squatting was a word back then. Like
yeah,
would
squatting.
would
Yeah, yeah,
squatting
yeah.
be
Squatting would be something that people do.
okay, I'll say that. Yeah, it almost seems like someone was squatting here, like the owner, the wizard, kept a nice clean house and then someone just came in here and made food and started to make a mess. I don't know. That's just my assumption.
No. But there'd be at least like some dust. I mean, this place has been unoccupied except for whatever Fernando believes he heard go up the steps. And if we're assuming it's a Frizzy, you
We
would
don't
think
know
they would...
when the
Yeah.
wizard was killed, do we? Recently?
It was very recently. I don't think Clyde actually said like wasn't he didn't say last night or
No.
a day ago. He didn't make it very specific. He was obviously very shaken up when he was telling you this story about everybody
I
got
got the
murdered.
impression.
Huh?
Yeah, I got the impression this is all recent events. So
Fairly recent, at least. And remember, he said that the things uh, change. Um,
ooh.
they attacked at night. That's what he said. That's what I mean.
Yeah, their demeanor changes at night.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to. I guess I'm gonna look through some of the bookcases in this
Yeah.
parlor.
Textbooks, educational, not really educational books, but very like intellectual books on all different kinds of subjects. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just a variety, chemistry, uh, and of course it's you as you kind of you look through the table of contents, you realize this is science from 400 or 500 years ago, but it's still they appear to be books for someone who is educated.
Okay.
Like alchemy, kind of.
You don't see anything about
Or
alchemy or anything like that. Now you haven't looked through all of them.
Yeah.
There aren't a whole lot, but it would take some time to go through every single book. And these books are like not medieval, but like Renaissance books. So there's nothing on the covers. There's nothing on the binding. You have to open it up to see what the book is really about. Each of them looks a little different. Some of them have really nice covers, but they're leather bound or they're cloth bound. But most are just blank on the outside, and that's not something that seems unusual.
I think the most interesting books would probably be in the wizard's um, study or bedroom.
Potentially, yes.
yes.
And it just
Shall
points up the
we go up
stairs.
upstairs?
Yeah.
Yep.
He looks at you,
So
Fernando. You have the light.
Yeah.
Fernando, if you would like, I could carry the torch so you could have both your tomahawks handy.
Yeah. Okay. I'll hand Loren the light.
Okay. Anid draws a dagger.
Yeah.
It's very big.
All right. So yeah, I'll start heading up the steps.
I'll follow right behind.
Okay. Isabella, do you
Me too.
follow or do you wait for Anid? Is he going before you or after you? It's your choice.
Actually, before. I'll go
Okay, yeah.
last.
So you kind of walk up to him and stop, and then he immediately starts heading up the steps as soon as that happens. And so you're in the back, and he's in the middle. You go up to the steps to a landing. There are two rooms up here, it appears, as well. The second floor is divided into what appears to be a library and a laboratory. There are steps that go up even further. The smell is starting to get worse up here. That rotten kitchen smell is not as bad as the smell that is coming from somewhere up here. Windows here, the shutters are all open. And you even notice a window's open in one of these rooms. So there's quite a bit more light. Fernando, your torch just makes it super bright everywhere. Everywhere that the torch is. Or Lauren's got it right now, but
Yeah.
yeah. So all the shutters upstairs are just open. So basically, got
So
steps,
they can't fly
a landing,
then.
and then more steps that go up, and then there's doors on either side that are open, and a room on either side is the basic layout of this. Well, shit, no. Two doors on your right, basically on this landing, and then steps continue up and turn a corner to obviously go to the third floor.
Okay.
But there's a window on the landing as well. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm trying to give you guys
How
all
many
these
rooms?
details. There's two
Two.
rooms on this floor.
I'm trying to picture it. It's a challenge,
Yeah,
but
if well, you came in the
two.
house. The steps are on your left. Once you get up to the second floor, there's like a landing with two doors that are fairly close together. On your right, there's a window on your left, and then those doors lead into the two rooms. And meanwhile, just past the second door, another set of steps goes up, and then it turns in, following the outside wall. You know what I mean? And disappears up to a third floor.
Okay.
I got a vague sense. Okay. Uh,
And in one room, there's
well,
chemicals
let's
and
check out.
vials and beakers and all this crap. Even you can see this through the door. And on the other rooms has shelves full of books, a desk, uh, ink and quill, um, and everything up here. Nothing appears to be disturbed up here.
Uh, Nothing's disturbed.
Yeah, like the mess that's downstairs from all the food. These two rooms appear to have are just. They look like they are well kept. They look clean. They look dusted. They look just you know orderly.
Okay.
It's not bad.
If nothing stands out to me looking at that,
Hmm.
I would just move on.
Okay. Well,
Stay with the group
Yeah.
though.
who's in the front? Fernando's in the front, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does Fernando do? Let's go with him first, because you reached the landing
Um,
first.
yeah, he was going to head past the doors to where the basically the hallway turns, and he's just going to watch down that hallway towards the other set of steps. Is that possible?
No. The steps come up to a landing, and then at the end of the
Okay.
landing, there's another set of steps, which go up to another small landing before they turn off to the right. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Okay. I guess I want to stand. I'll stand at the bottom. Well, then the bottom of the steps. Then right.
Okay,
that
so you
first
stop
one-
there.
Yeah, and like if they want to explore those two rooms, I'll keep watch further up.
Okay, so you're watching up the steps. Lauren, what are you doing?
Gonna go in the library.
Yeah, it is obviously a library. Lot of books actually. Probably several dozen books. Place where you can do some writing. Um, just yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of search through. I mean, obviously there's probably no titles on anything.
Okay.
Oh, is what's on the desk?
The desk. Yeah. There's a book on the desk. There's ink and quill. The ink is stoppered, so somebody wasn't like writing or something and was
Yeah.
disturbed. Leather-bound book on the desk. You open it up to find that it's a manuscript. It says the Journal of Harold the Cunning Man of Twinkletown.
I want to just like look at some of the last few entries.
Um, it's pretty boring day-to-day stuff. There's a few entries about some experiments that he's been working on, but nothing seems relevant to what's going on right now. Like, it's nothing like I was lobotomizing the Frizzies or anything like that.
Yeah.
He does mention the Frizzies and how much he likes them. He has lost count of how many are in his house, but he doesn't mind. But he's guessing at least 3 or 4 dozen. But that's just like the last few entries. He's just like, oh, the Frizzies did this today. No mention of the Frizzi-Nocs, just Frizzies.
Okay.
A Nid goes up and he's standing in the. He looked into the he peeked in the library and into the alchemical lab, and he kind of frowned. And then Isabella, what did you want to do anything, or did you want to? Yeah, what did you want to do? Lauren's in the library.
Initially I was just peeking in to see if anything was disturbed, I
Right,
guess.
and you notice that these rooms are
But if
really well
anything,
kept.
if anything stands out to me as like particularly interesting in the lab, since they're kind of in the library, maybe I would take a little closer look at the lab
There are mortars and
he was working on.
pestles. He was working on something to do with chemicals, is all you can really tell. Do you have science, chemistry, or alchemy? Either one of those
Probably
I'll
not,
allow.
but I can
Okay.
check.
Um,
I might. I feel it may have been botany. Sorry, hang on.
that's okay. Botany. I've got your character
Uh,
sheet here.
oh, I do. I have 5.
In chemistry?
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
make
give
me
it a
a
shot.
roll. Make a roll against
Yeah.
chemistry. See if you can figure out what he was working
Like
on.
that sounds kind of familiar. 38. Not too far off.
Just looking at what's on the table, you
Oh well.
can't piece it together. If you had some notes or something, you might be able to do better, but you're not sure what he was working on. Some kind of chemical process is all you can is all you can really gather. And again, this room is really
Got it.
well kept. It's clean. Everything has its place. It just really looks like this man took pride in his possessions. Loren, you've looked through the last few entries of
Mm,
the journal.
all right. I guess I'll head into the library.
Okay, Loren's looking at this book. He's sitting at a table, a, obviously a writing desk. He's looking through a manuscript of some kind. Um, there's a lot of books. If you guys want to find
Hmm.
anything of use or interest, you're going to have to make. It's going to take probably several hours.
Well, I mean,
Going to what? Roll library use? Is that what
If
you
you
said?
roll a library use, you're sitting in this library for a few hours. So keep that in mind. It's going to require looking
Oh.
through a bunch of different books to find the right thing. You could do a spot hidden. I'll allow each of you a spot hidden if you want,
Hmm.
just to see if you see anything that stands out, just with a
yeah,
brief glance.
Yeah.
regular.
25. What is my spot hidden? I think that's a
It
success.
is. Your spot hidden is like 40, if I remember correctly.
I think, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, 49. Okay, so
One thing that stands out to both of you
almost a hard success.
is that on a shelf there's a papyrus scroll, a big one, and it's all wrapped up. You know how you can roll scrolls together so they're like
Mm-hmm.
that. It's on a high shelf, and the shelf has like a cover. You know what I mean? Like a glass. You got to lift up this glass
Kind of like
thing, like a
a
cabinet.
barrister's
Actually, like
bookcase.
no, we're gonna say it's like glass doors
Okay.
that open like this. Doesn't appear to be locked. It is latched. That's all. That's the only thing
I
that really
reach it?
stands out. Yeah, you can reach it. You can reach up there, unlatch it, pull it open,
Okay.
pull it down.
Bring it over
I
here, and
will do so.
It looks
I'm gonna say, bring it over here. I'm gonna move the leather journal aside.
okay. Yeah, there's plenty of room on this table. Um, you start to peek at this. It's written in the language of the Dreamlands, which you can understand, and it appears to be a manuscript of some kind. Um, looks pretty in depth. Um, it declares that it is the
Um,
papyrus of
hmm.
Ilarnik. Um, and you could probably skim it in a very short time. It has something to do with the lands of Nar, and you see mention of the city of Sarnath, which was destroyed. Um, yeah, it looks like. Who wants to skim
Hmm.
it? Do you both want to skim it?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, I found it.
So you two are looking over that. It'll take a few minutes. Anid looks at you, Fernando, and then he looks up the stairs and gives one of those like "let's go" kind of nods.
All right. Um, yeah, I'll head back to the library. Does Lauren still have that light or whatever?
The super torch?
Yeah.
Yes. He is holding it with one hand while he's looking at this big scroll with the other. It's
Um, is there plenty of light in here without that? What?
yes. All the windows are open, or not the windows necessarily open, but all the shutters are open. It's a bright, shiny day outside, and the glass in these rooms lets in a lot of light.
Anid and I are gonna head further up. Can I get the torch back?
Oh yeah,
Mr.
he'll
Hutton.
hand it over
Okay.
without really looking up. As he's,
So you just hand it back over your shoulder like that. Do one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah, I like it.
Is
All
it
right, yeah.
burning down
It is burning down, but it's pretty
like a
slow.
real piece of wood, or is it magically?
Yes, it's burning down, but it is
Oh,
a
okay.
real slow burn. And you don't know what the hell that is burning. It is bright as
Nice.
shit. You're actually kind of relieved
Um,
because your eyes hurt less looking at the scroll without this glaring light down on top of it.
I am curious.
Yeah, I
Does
cover
this
my
torch,
eyes.
does this torch give off any heat?
Oh, yeah. It gives off a
Okay.
ton of heat. It is
Okay.
very hot.
Hmm.
It's not dripping, which is kind of surprising. You're not sure what's going on with it.
Yeah. That's all right.
Hmm.
Super
So yeah,
torch!
I will meet back up with Anid, and we can head up the steps.
Okay. Um, the steps go up to a little landing, and then they go up again, and it opens into to living quarters. It's a big room at the top. Big windows. Again, they're not shuttered. The stench is incredible up here. Um, there is a large bed. It looks like there are two men in the bed. They appear to have been torn to pieces and partially eaten. Um,
Sanity check.
yeah, that's going to require a sanity check for a corpse. Let me find how
yeah.
much that is. I got to find a way to put my my keeper screen here.
My dice are happy right now. I rolled an 07.
Oh,
So
7?
yeah.
That's going to be 0 points.
Yeah.
Um,
I was
so
expecting it.
it's like, well, yeah, you were. The smell is very bad.
Yeah.
I need you to make a con check,
Uh-oh.
or are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
feel
disconnect
sick?
and reconnect real quick.
Okay.
Be right back.
She was going to reset her internet, or what'd she say? Okay.
She's
Yeah.
disconnecting, reconnecting real quick. See if it's better, because it sounds like she can't even really hear any of us very well. But go
Yeah.
ahead, Fernando. She's not in the room. You can tell her later.
Oh, you said a con check?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Oh my gosh. I said something and then my dice flipped on me.
Oh, no.
So
failed.
I failed.
You got to get out of this room. You have to get out of this room, or you're gonna get sick.
Okay. Yeah. Then I kind of back off.
Okay, and it does as well. You both retreat back down the stairs. I'll give you a spot hidden before you go. Can we hear you, Josie?
Spot is a regular success.
Okay. You
Can't
you
hear
need to
ya.
say something, Josie.
Hi.
There we
Am
go.
I?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
I'm just hoping I can hear you guys better because it's been weird.
Okay, I'm sorry. Um, um, Isabella and Loren hear footsteps come quickly down the stairs. Bum, 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 bum. Like big footsteps,
I
like
look.
people. And Anid and Jimenez appear in the doorway. They both look a little pale, a little green. They're like, mm.
Oh, what happened? Are you okay? What's
Anid,
up there?
Anid
I
just
just hold up a finger. I just hold up a finger like 1 second. No, not
you
like
do that.
like,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anid's just
For a
looking
second, I
at
thought you meant like a severed finger,
no.
like someone else's.
Anid's just looking at Jimenez.
And then say I'll gather myself a little bit like yes, there are 2 rotting bodies up there.
Ah,
My word.
The smell is quite powerful.
Oh,
We could not
that's
stay long.
awful.
We did not have time to search the room.
Give me a spot hidden, Aaron.
I do want to kind of keep looking over my shoulder a little bit, though.
Well,
I'm
this
nervous.
is this is to see if you notice anything right before you're like, I got to get out of this room, or I'm gonna lose it.
Oh yeah. I made a regular success for that.
Oh, good. You notice that both of the men look like they were wearing boiled leather armor.
Don't I have boiled leather armor on?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
I think everybody does. Actually, I think Anid's wearing some too.
Okay. Yes, they appeared to be wearing armor.
And like clothing, like they weren't in night shirts or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's all you saw before you were like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. All
Could
right.
you tell how they died?
They were torn to pieces. I would assume the Frizzies tore them, or the Frizzi-Nocs tore them to pieces.
Right. Yes. Okay. I wonder if one of them was the wizard and then who the other one was.
Neither one appeared to be dressed as I would assume a wizard would be dressed. Um,
Hmm, that's odd. I wonder
um,
who they could. Very strange.
There's
Uh,
windows up here, right, Andy?
I
Yes.
Are we on the
I want to
side facing where Fiscal is at?
No, that's the alchemical labs in the front, libraries in the back.
All right, I want to go, I guess, into the laboratory then, real quick.
Yeah, you can. There's a window there that
Yeah,
faces out the front of the
yeah, I'm
house.
gonna poke my head out.
He's just standing there looking at the front door like he's about ready to run away. Like,
Fiscal,
huh?
up here. Um, do you know of two men coming into this building at any time?
No.
Oh, okay, okay. There's two dead bodies upstairs.
There's dead bodies all over the place.
well, I guess we know he wasn't lying then. Perhaps.
I
Hmm.
I want to go back up the steps,
Okay. You can have another
and then
con check.
well, say as I get up there, and well, yeah, if I still need another con check, I'll do that before I do what I'm thinking of.
Well, unless you take precautions against it of some kind, you have to let me know what you
I
do.
say I want to get up there and
Thing
try to
over your
use my
face.
Dreamlands magic to try to get rid of the foul smell. Can I do
Oh. How? How do you want to do that?
that?
What do you want to happen, basically?
Can there?
Febreze. Magical Febreze.
Yeah, like, is there any way? Like, are there? Did I notice the windows being open up there at all?
Yeah. You did notice that all the windows upstairs are like wide open, like somebody was getting a nice breeze.
Maybe like a gust of wind
Sure.
comes into one and like I don't know, blows the stench out the other
Yeah.
window. All right.
Yeah, you could do that. You Yeah. So like blowing it away from you, I take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and make me a dreaming check. It costs you a point. One
Fail.
magic point. You failed.
Okay, so I'm down to that now.
Yeah. I'll give you one. You could do one more thing before you're gonna have to make another con check. You know,
Okay.
because you're up there trying to do this and you're kind of going up the steps.
Yeah. Maybe make some flowers appear all over.
Well, you could do the same thing again if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
You know
Yeah,
what I
I'm
mean?
gonna
You don't
try
have
the
to
same
switch it
thing.
up. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Flowers?
I'll try the. I'll try the gut.
Not like
Try the
pushing a
gut
roll, I
again.
guess.
No, no. Yeah, go ahead. Go
And then
ahead.
I rolled an 80. Yeah, they
Okay.
flipped on me.
All right, give me a con check. If you make the con check, you can like tough it out. And
No, I do I have a coin?
yes, you do.
I
Everybody
don't.
starts with one coin.
Nah, I don't want. I don't want to burn a coin on
Okay.
this. All right.
Yeah. So what do you
So
do?
yeah,
Um,
I'm heading back down. I'm
Okay.
heading back down before I vomit.
Okay, you run back down the stairs. Um, yeah. Wow. It is really strong, even with the windows open. This. I mean, there's a stench.
Yeah.
so we can all
Well,
smell it though,
Yes, you guys can smell it down
throughout like the whole
here.
house.
Yeah, it's worse here. It's obviously terrible up there in the room with the bodies.
at ground
Right.
zero.
I,
Hmm.
I suppose I'll go have a look.
Okay, go on up and make me a con check, Lauren. If you can make your con check, you.
62 out of 65.
Oh, you made it. Okay, so you're able to stomach this
Hmm.
long enough to take a look around. This room is. Um, there's even more. It's even more prominently decorated with stars and other engravings than any place you've seen yet in this village. Um, it looks like just a simple living quarters. It's got one large, very one time comfortable, now blood soaked bed. There's some other little pieces of furniture like a wardrobe that's just barely open. Something's in there moving around, you think? There is there's a dresser. Um, there are a couple of other, things you'd find in a bedroom. There's probably a small bookcase with what appears to be some fiction or some kind of intricate, some fun writing stuff. You know what I mean? Um, Otherwise, it's just a gabled room with two dead guys. Both of them, their boots are on the floor. Their socks are nasty. They when alive they were wearing some kind of armor. It's been kind of ripped up. You do notice a bow on the floor on one side of the bed, and a sword on the. Is it a sword? Is I think it's sword. A short sword on the other. Let me double check. Um, it's a large knife, a knife that someone could use as a sword, just on the floor on the other side. There is some food. There is a plate with the remains of a meal. There's a tipped over mug. You don't know what was in it. There's a stain on the floor, but it's dried up. Um, um, yeah. And these guys are ragged looking guys. I like, rough looking guys.
I'm gonna take kind of a deep breath and head back up the steps.
You head back up. Okay, Aaron. Give me another con check, Aaron. Give yourself a bonus die.
Oh, good, because I needed it. And I made it. I made
You
it by
finally
two.
made it. So you see all the things I just told Loren. Isabella's still down in the library looking over this scroll. Anid is kind of at the bottom of the steps on the landing, right outside the door of the library. Yeah, so you see
I'm
all this
covering
as
my
well.
nose with like my sleeve
Yeah,
or whatever,
you can smell it.
or like a
It's not
washcloth.
overpowering on the second floor. On the third floor, it's just like it is the third floor at this point.
I'm still trying to breathe out of my mouth.
Okay. So Lauren and
Yeah,
Jimenez are up on the third floor.
I'm gonna look at Fernando, go hey, and kind of gesture at the wardrobe.
As soon as you do, the wardrobe door slams shut. Boom!
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, I'm gonna hand Lauren the torch, and then I'm gonna pull out a hatchet, and I'm gonna go over to open the drawer.
The door, you mean, to the wardrobe?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
there's things moving around in there. It sounds like quite a few.
yeah. I'm still doing it.
Okay, you pull the door open. Let me have a sanity
Like,
check. Oh wait, hold on. Where is this? Oh god damn it! I moved.
regular
Oh
success for my
shoot.
sanity check.
Okay. Oh, I didn't put those in the right place. Regular success. Okay. Let me see if you lose anything. Oh, you do still lose something. Haha. 2 points of
Uh,
sanity. I put a picture in in-game chat.
They're so cute.
Is it?
They're so cute.
No. Uh, I think I have. Oh, here's another one.
do, do
They're
they look
kind of
anything like
gremlin-like.
what Isabella picked up at all?
These that looked like a little happy creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
These do not
at
look
all.
happy, and they have a bunch of like gnarly teeth. Um, yeah, and did you just like pull both? There's two doors. It's a wardrobe. Did you pull both doors open, or did you just pull one door open?
One door open,
Okay,
and then I had my hatchet in the other one.
okay, and then you lost two sanity.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of them in here. It's like this wardrobe is just full of these things.
Maybe I close it really quick.
You just slam it shut.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you slam it shut. It's very quiet.
There's a lot in there.
There's like a scratching on the inside of the door.
I might actually try to hold the door shut for the time being.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Or both of them. Like, lean up against both the doors.
You took a, yeah, okay, so you're just holding it closed?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It suddenly goes completely quiet again. You know, you heard all this, and then it just quiet, just silence. Loren, you can make spot hidden. You might have noticed what was in there. Yeah, you caught a nasty glimpse.
Oh.
And you probably need to make me a sanity check. I'll give you a bonus die because you didn't get a good look at it. Fernando was in the way.
I succeeded.
You succeeded. Nice.
I mean, well, okay, regular success. Is it possible if I make a better success?
No.
I don't.
No, sanity is pretty much. If you make a crit, it will be 0. Can you make a critical success? Is that an 01?
No. The best I could get would be an 02.
If you roll a crit fail, it's max.
Oof.
It's max damage. So you take 1 point of sanity loss, Loren. No. You caught enough of a glimpse to know that you don't want to see those things again.
Oof.
I kind of imagine when Fernando opened up the wardrobe that the picture that you posted is exactly what he saw.
Yeah, so. I was just going to say.
Except these things are like this big. They're like the size of a melon. Each one of them.
So if the cute little stuffed thing that was on the mantle decided to turn evil.
Yeah, there is enough of a resemblance that because all that thing has is eyes and a mouth. The stuffed that Isabella looked at.
So it looks like his gig.
These, I don't know what that is. These only have eyes and a mouthful of teeth.
It's a Muppet.
Okay. And it was disturbing.
It definitely seems like at some time these little creatures were potentially friendly. And then
something
went horribly wrong.
Made them bad. Yeah. I don't know.
They got fed after midnight.
Shh, you're not there. Shush.
That is kind of what
I know it was out of character.
I am definitely thinking Gremlins. Like, oh, it's so cute. Oh, you fed it chicken after midnight.
Don't forget, you guys. There was a warning at the entrance of town that was like, if you rob us, if you harm us, you will die a horrible, terrible, miserable death.
Oh.
Don't forget that. Remember that? They're just don't do it. Don't break the law. Don't steal. Don't hurt us. Or it'll be fucking awful. I think that there is, if you scroll up in in-game chat, there's still a copy of the Welcome to Twinkletown sign. Huh?
Has such protection that harming.
Yes, so you guys, I mean, you saw this like an hour ago, not 2 weeks. So if you want to scroll up and take a peek at that, don't forget that.
So,
sorry, I should have reminded you when we started.
Is it possible that the two men over there, were trying to do harm and it set off the Frizzies?
I don't know. So,
how new did that sign seem, Andy?
Not new.
Not
it seemed well kept up, but obviously it was a little weathered.
Okay.
But obviously, somebody was keeping it up. It looked nice.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was the words are burned into the wood.
Yeah, somebody went out there and cleared any brush overgrowth and
Yes, there was nothing around it. It was very visible from the road. So it was upkept. It didn't look old, like 100 years old, or it didn't look rotten or anything like that.
yeah,
But it was definitely upkept, but not new. Definitely not new as well.
yeah.
I'm the sign scrubbing
Yes,
boy.
rendered in twain.
I'm yes. It's a
That's
pretty hefty
fitting.
threat about don't break any rules or the consequences will be you're gonna die. It's kind of what it reads.
Well, if it makes sense, then then Isabella would think of that if it makes sense for her
Yes,
to,
yeah,
because
it
she
would.
just saw it
Yeah,
coming in
you guys
town.
saw it less than an hour ago
Yeah.
when you rode into town.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
why I'm
so
reminding you because
I think she'll make that connection.
it's been 2 weeks since we played, so that's something that could easily slip your mind.
Right.
It was a very threatening sign, and it's obviously meant to be very intimidating.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it might be wise, Fernando, for us to not attempt to open that wardrobe again right now.
Sean,
I agree.
Loren gets a coin.
But there's a lot of books in here that I'd like to save, but a part of me kind of want to just burn this place to the ground and kill them. Um, there is the curious side of me, and there's the side of I die.
The side of what die?
I don't want to
to
die.
die. Yeah, I figured that out.
Yeah. All right.
So you guys are
Yeah.
still up there. You haven't come
Yeah,
back down to
you
Yeah.
can hear
talk
the
to me.
murmuring of a conversation above you somewhere. Someone's up there talking, but you can't make out any words as well. A Nid you see behind you in the hallway, outside the open door.
Okay. Did he go up with them and he came back down?
He did go up.
He never went up.
He went up before. You don't know. You guys were engrossed in
Oh,
the thing. All of a sudden, thump 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 thump. A Nid was there with Fernando. He probably went up. It sounded like two people came down the stairs, but you aren't
okay.
100%. You know what I mean? And then Loren and Fernando
Okay,
went up.
I'll turn to him and say, um, Anid, did you get a good look at their faces? I'm sure it was maybe hard to focus on that, but
Oh, that's a good
I am
idea.
an artist. I could maybe do a sketch and we could ask around the town and see if these people were doing anything nefarious,
No, I
you
did not
know,
see them.
see who they were.
Two dead men.
Oh, you didn't go up there?
I did not see their faces clearly. I could not describe them to you
Oh,
in a way that you would recognize them.
well, I suppose I could go up myself and
Aren't you still skimming the scrolls? Didn't you want to skim the
well, yeah.
scrolls?
When he came in, I looked up at him and said that, but
Okay. No, you can
I
do
don't know.
whatever
I
you want.
mean,
You were
whenever I'm done skimming.
okay. Yeah, it'll be a few minutes. It's gonna take a few minutes to skim the scrolls. Loren and you started together, and then he left.
Yeah.
You continued. You can hear him talking upstairs. Um, yeah.
All right.
And then it's just in the hallway.
Okay,
He's not
I'll
in the
just
room
wait,
with
I
you.
guess.
He's in the hallway. Are you going to keep skimming the notes? Skimming these this thing? Because it won't take you too long to just skim it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Until I'm done.
Yeah, I want to tuck my scimitar back into my belt.
We have a scabbard.
Okay, yeah.
Remember?
Okay, I'm gonna sheath it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab the large knife, and I want to see if there's like a maker's mark on the blade at all.
No. It looks pretty roughly made. Cheap, but sturdy, sharp, very sharp. Looks like it's seen a lot of use. The leather on the handle is worn. It's not been used recent. Well, no, there is some dried blood on it, but not much.
Okay.
And it almost looks like dried blood, like somebody wiped it clean but didn't do a good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the blade. So it's not like I just stabbed you and there's still blood. It's more
Yeah.
like, yeah, this guy, somebody did one of these at some point, but didn't do a real job of cleaning the blade.
Oh.
I can never find the skimming stuff.
Yeah, just trying to explain to Fernando. I'm just trying to see if we can find something that we could um, show to Fiscal or one of the other
Well,
locals, and see if these two men were from Twinkletown or came into Twinkletown.
that's fine. Do whatever you have to do. I will make sure these doors stay closed.
All right. This is going to be gross.
If you guys stay here too long, you're gonna have to make more con checks. Keep that in mind.
This is going to be gross. I want to inspect what's left of the armor.
Okay. Okay, yeah. You can make me a medicine check if you want to know how they died. It's a hard medicine. No, it's a medicine or a hard first aid. If you want to have an idea of how this person died, how these people might have died, like more
Okay.
details than just
I'll try
something
a
torn
first
apart.
aid because
Okay.
that's at least a 30,
Okay.
not a D20, Sean.
Hey, he's the wrong character for that one.
Yeah, I am, and
Other
I
one's
did
back
not
in
make
front
it.
one.
You didn't make it. Yeah, they're just torn apart. The armor is ripped. Otherwise, you don't see anything identifying on it. I will need another con check. You're in close proximity with two
Yeah.
corpses that have been up here for more than a day.
Almost an extreme success.
Extreme? Okay.
Almost.
You're doing one of these take a breath of your own
Alright.
sleeve or whatever, and then hold it as long as you can. That kind of thing, or however you want to cover your mouth and not get sick. Your stomach wants to throw up, but you're just
Yeah.
like, no, bad stomach. And you're holding your shit together. God damn it.
Are their faces still there?
Partially. Mostly. I would say mostly. They're in grimaces of pain. And the bodies are they're twisted. What's left of them? Something's
Yeah.
been eating these guys, you think, too. Uh,
Okay.
They're kind of twisted as if they died in immense pain.
Mm. All right. All right, Fernando. I think I found everything I can find up here. I'm backing
Very
away
well.
from the
I'm
bodies.
gonna.
Okay. Yeah, you back
It's
quietly
just
away.
it is definitely one of those.
Okay. Yeah, you need to get out of the room. And Fernando, you probably really want out of here as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna slowly back away from the wardrobe. Like I'll keep my hands on it for as long as I can, but
Yeah.
then I'll take a step back slowly and just back away.
Who's got the torch? Loren does. Okay, good.
Loren does.
So,
Yeah.
so you had your back to it at one point, right?
Yeah.
So you can
I might
turn,
have.
and then you just
Yep.
kind of push, and then once you get at arm's length, do you just take off, or what do you do? Describe.
Yeah.
Paint me a picture.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Like as soon as I get like my very tips of my fingers, just turn around and bolt across to the other side of the room.
Okay, yeah. You just run down the stairs. Behind
Well-
you hear like a click.
I'm not leaving Loren like up in that room.
Lauren
So
was
I'm
already
away
backing
from Loren.
away from the bed. I'm assuming as soon as he sees you turn and rush, he just is going to run as well.
Okay.
Am I wrong,
It,
Sean?
it might be. It might be one of those like watch him run by me, look back, and go.
Oh, great. That's perfect. You watch him run by you. You look back. There's a click, and you see the door just open slightly. Not. You can't see what's inside. It's too dark.
Yeah.
But it just opens just slightly as Fernando pounds down the stairs. What do you want to do?
I'm following.
Oh,
It's
okay.
one of those like I
You got
look
the
back and I'm
glimpse.
just
You're
like,
gone. Okay. All right. You hear pounding coming down the stairs just as you finish your skim, Miss Eldridge. I am trying to find because hold on,
I'll meet them.
You're gonna get some goodies. Well, no.
on the-
You hear it just as you get finished. Here's what I want. Initial reading. Here's what I want. So,
Be
I'm
right
gonna
back.
make you do
Got
that
it.
because it's Dreamlands language, handwriting, blah blah blah. Okay. So, skimming a mythos tome gives you a sanity loss, and you're going to get some Cthulhu Mythos points. Two
Okay.
valuation. Initial reading points. Lose the sanity. Non-believers. Okay, great. Yeah. This is really easy, and in my head, I've made it so complicated, and now I have trouble. So, your sanity loss is 4 points.
4.
Yes.
Okay.
You get 2 points of.
And I just want to make sure if you have the same thing I do. It looks like I have 34 out of 35
Yeah, I think that's right.
right now.
You got it. You guys got a bunch
Okay.
back
All right, just making sure.
from helping Aaron get his sight back and all
Okay,
that
so
stuff.
now
You
I
guys
have
got
30.
quite a bit back. Yes, so now you're at 30. You get 2 points of Cthulhu Mythos. So add that to whatever your Cthulhu Mythos now. I think he said was 8, so now it's 10. Um,
You got a 1 in 5 shot.
you realize that there were several spells here in this papyrus. It's very tiny writing. The scroll is like 3 feet wide, and it's wrapped very tightly. So you've just been kind of zipping through and pulling out. You don't see anything. You do not see the word frizzy. You do not see the word frizzy knock. You do not really see anything that
Okay.
you thought, with just this initial skim, was really relevant to what's going on here necessarily. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean there isn't anything, but
Okay.
there were several spells. You think one that popped out at you was healing. There's a healing spell, maybe, I don't know. Another one was called Steal Life. That sounds nasty. And there were some others, but you just skimmed it real quick. Um, if you take another skim, you won't lose any of the sanity and shit. You won't, but you'll be able to like assess all the spells. You know what I mean? So if you have like
Hmm.
10 minutes to look over this again, you can actually. No, you know what? You're supposed to get all the spells with the first skim, so I'm just going to give them to you. Here's the names: Contact
Yay.
Bakrug, whoever that is. The first several are contact spells that you
Hmm.
found, okay? So there's Bakrug.
Maybe you can could you maybe message them to me?
No, I'm going to tell them to you.
Or should I write
I
them
can
down
well,
now?
I can message them to you later if you want. But contact right now they're not really relevant.
Sorry,
It
it's just
takes it
hard to
takes
hear all the words.
it takes forever to learn spells generally. You might be able to learn them a little quicker, but I'm just going to tell them to you, and yeah, I'll message you. Remind me.
Okay.
Contact Bakrug.
Okay.
Contact Hypnos. Contact Nodens. Contact Koth. Doe Formula. Dream Vision. And join the sign of Koth. Healing and Steal Life. Those are ones you think were in this scroll. And it's a lot of Dreamlands history. You think looking over this, you're probably gonna learn a lot about the Dreamlands from this. There's things about Sarnath and a city called Sarnath in Minar that was destroyed a long time ago. Um, but you didn't pick up anything that seemed nothing about Frizzies, nothing about like a town getting murdered. Sarnath like vanished, like everybody's just gone.
Uh, question.
Hmm.
Um, what was my question? It just slipped out of my head.
Oh, that's my problem.
Stupid brain. What the hell? Oh my God.
No, skimmed.
I'm gonna
Isabella.
ask about. Damn it.
Well, it's gone now.
Oh, it'll
Um,
come back to me.
boom. If it
Sorry.
comes back to you, boom, 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 boom. You hear Loren and Fernando run
Oh,
down the stairs. Go, say it. Say it if you remember it. Say it now.
sorry. Okay. Does this mean my dream lore goes up
No,
if I'm learning about the
but
Dreamlands?
you think if you actually study this in depth, it would. But an initial
Okay.
skim won't
How
give you
much?
that.
How long is it in depth?
Like it'll take you weeks to like study this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then they come running down the
Dang. If only
stairs.
I had a camera. Just take a picture of it.
Yeah, you don't think a camera would work. Not if Mr. Rascal said it
And I
was
can't just
true.
copy it. Like I couldn't just like because I do have stuff to copy, but it's a lot of really small writing, so that would take a while, right?
I don't know. You also have a dreaming ability. You might be
Oh,
able to make a duplicate. You guys need to remember this dreaming stuff. You could do some crazy crap. But we're not gonna. But right
okay,
now you
okay,
can't do it like
okay.
right yet
Good
because
point. Thank you.
they just came running down the stairs like the
I will.
hounds of hell were after them. You guys almost run into a Nid at the bottom of the steps. He's got his dagger out. It's fucking like a short, tiny sword, and he kind of holds up one hand, and he backs up against the wall. It looks like he's ready to attack somebody as you rush down the stairs.
Okay, yeah, I'll rush past
Yeah,
him.
yeah. He's looks like he's gonna cover your back if monsters come.
All right, yeah, I'm totally letting him.
Loren is a few steps behind.
Yeah, I'll stop at the
I'm
landing.
probably
Okay.
got my hand to my mouth though a little bit, like I could be sick.
Okay.
But
What do you do? What do you do, Fernando? Do you stop on the landing? Do you keep running? What's going on? What do you want to do?
no, I'm gonna stop at the landing.
Okay,
I
okay.
do kind of want to see if anything comes down. I'm
Um,
not gonna leave a mid hanging.
you can
If
hear noises up there. There's stuff moving around up there a little bit. Isabella, something just Something just moved across your foot under the desk. You're sitting at that writing desk, looking at the papyrus. Or yeah, the papyrus scroll, and something just went across your foot. Something small.
My foot, I felt it.
Yes, you felt something go across your foot. It wasn't like a footstep. It was like you don't know what it was
Okay.
like. You've never felt anything like
Yeah.
this before.
Okay. I immediately pick up both my feet and squeal
Okay.
and look down, see
You
what
don't
it
see
was.
anything under there. Oh, there's like a mouse hole, but it's kind of big.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It goes into the wall. You two heard her squeal.
Yeah.
Nid
yeah, I'm gonna
spins and he's looking into the library as soon as she squeals.
yeah.
And you see her feet are up on the chair. She's got her hands probably holding her knees, but her back is to you. So you can't, yeah,
Um,
kind of like that. I'm assuming.
did you
Yeah. I like it.
s- see something?
Did I something ran across my feet? I think maybe a mouse or maybe it was one of those frizzy things. But there's a mouse hole down here, so
That's a big mouse
I
hole.
don't know.
It's awful big for a mouse hole.
Big mouse hole?
Yeah, like
I mean,
like
Oh,
this big.
well, if it was what's upstairs in the wardrobe, I would say you may be lucky to still have your feet.
eh, oh, yeah, and so I didn't know about that. I guess
No, you haven't. You don't know what
we
happened up
haven't.
there. You have no idea
Okay.
what happened up
Oh,
there.
you
There's been
I I,
talking.
I
There's
only
been
okay?
got a I only
running.
got a glimpse. But oh yeah.
You
Fernando,
saw
did
them.
you get a clear count of how many?
No, I don't think I had enough fingers and toes.
All right.
I'm assuming he opened that wardrobe and he saw nothing but
Yeah,
what he
yeah,
saw.
yeah. It was full.
So yeah.
You opened
So
it.
he's like,
You closed it, and then you were like,
yep.
"Shit."
An entire
Hmm.
wardrobe was full of them. Like full. How they did not spill out when I opened the door is beyond me.
Mm.
Uh, okay. Well, that is unsettling. Um, I'm afraid that that might be what went over my foot. Maybe we should get out of here. She's pretty uneasy at this point.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not opposed.
But I still want
Still
to.
no, still
I
no
still want
mention
to
of
copy the thing, the papyrus.
Okay. Yeah. How so? How do you do it?
Can I take it with me?
Can you?
I mean, what?
Does she start
What
picking
do you
up the
do?
scroll?
What do you do? Tell me what you do,
Oh,
Isabella.
sorry. Uh, I mean, I want to get out of here, so I'm feeling like if I could just take it with me, outside in the sunshine, and then maybe put it back later.
What do you do?
I don't know.
But
Can I do that?
So tell me what you do.
I do.
What do you
Yeah,
do
I
though?
roll it up.
Describe it. You rolled it up, back up. Okay.
I roll it up. I, well, if there was something to tie it, I tie it back up,
Yes, you can find a piece of string.
and then I put it under my arm,
Mm-hmm.
and I head out downstairs.
Okay.
I stop her before she gets to the step. I'm like, I think you should leave that here.
Why though?
I don't want
There-
these things to think we're
Oh,
stealing anything.
oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I just assumed because the wizard was dead that that's a good point. Okay, yes, you're right. All right. Well, let me try to use my dreaming magic to copy it really quickly then, and then we can just leave.
Do you have
Okay.
paper,
I'm saying that
Isabella? You have
I
some.
have a journal and paint
Okay, yeah.
stuff.
It'll cost a magic
I have
point.
a journal.
No, I'll make this 2 magic points. This is a lot of papyrus. But what I'm assuming you're doing is you're gonna
Okay.
you. Uh, t- uh, how do you do this? Paint me a picture
Yeah.
of how you're gonna
Okay.
create another papyrus.
I don't know. I don't know how it's like laid out, but it's mostly words, right? There aren't any pictures,
Yeah, yeah.
or are
It's
there?
very small print words. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through it in my mind, I guess. Well, while I'm looking at it, and try to, I guess, concentrate and on copying all the words into my journal. Doesn't have to look perfect or anything.
Okay.
Just, word for word in
Okay.
order.
Yeah.
So,
Go for it. It'll cost 2 points, and give me a dreaming check. No, I think
oh
that's a
no,
no.
96.
96.
That's I have 17, so
So that is a
is
that's
that
a
like a fumble?
yes. I'm gonna call that a fumble. So here's what happens. Your journal fills up with writing,
Thanks.
and you're like, yes,
Oh no. No.
you did it. And then once you open it up to look at it again, then I'll discuss what's actually in there.
She filled all the
Ah,
pages.
Huh?
no.
She filled all the
So I'm
pages.
Yeah,
confident I
yeah.
did it.
You would have
Okay.
had to have filled all the pages, because quite frankly, it's a big papyrus. So everything else in the journal's filled, and you're like, wow. You're amazed that your mind could retain enough,
Oh,
even just skimming it,
that was
to
so
put it in.
easy.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally how it feels. And then what?
Awesome. I like it.
I'm giving you a coin for that.
I feel proud of myself.
Well, I mean,
I feel great about it.
what do you want to do with the papyrus at this point?
And yeah, then I roll it up, you know,
Hmm.
how it was before, and I put it back where I found it.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's back up in that little, and you close up that little glass thing, and you're good. You got it right here in your journal.
Damn it.
She looks very
Oh,
satisfied.
Okay.
She looks very
Um,
like amazed at what she just did.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I'm grinning for sure.
I wanted to do
Let-
something kind of similar, actually. Well, I mean, while she was doing that,
Oh yeah, you could have.
in the journal that was on the desk, I want to try to essentially draw the faces of the two men, of what I was able to tell were their
Oh,
face.
yeah. Okay, so you open up
Yeah.
that journal to a blank page.
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask about that next,
Yeah,
actually.
go ahead. Give me a drawing check, Sean.
Sean can draw too. Or
I would like
Because I have,
Push it.
If
I'm a literal artist though.
to push it, Sean's an artist as well. His character's an artist for a
Oh, really?
newspaper artist. Yeah,
Newspaper.
he writes and he does
Oh.
like illustrations for the paper.
Yeah.
Um, Pushing it means you're gonna have to spend quite a bit of time
Yeah.
making it so it really looks like them. Probably you're gonna have to be here for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
if you want to push it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to push it.
Okay, he's settling down. Hutton is settling down to draw.
It's like he's
Isabella,
drawing on one page. He's just like, no, turn.
Isabella, you recognize this. This is an artist thing. He's gonna do this until he gets it right, and this could be a while. Wait, hold on to that thought, Sean.
Okay.
Fernand, what do the rest of you want to do while he is doing this? One-handed, mind you, because the other hand's got this torch that he's probably holding up on the table as he's trying to draw with one hand. That's another problem, Sean. You're having difficulty
Yeah.
because of that. Um,
Yeah, I'll go over and I'll grab the torch from him then.
okay, he's okay. He just ignores
Yeah.
you and he just keeps working on this drawing.
Yeah,
but it
I'll
looks like he's
Give him a
going.
minute.
He's still working after a minute.
I know.
There's
I-
some. You guys can
Okay,
hear stuff
I
moving
look
around
over-
upstairs now. Little things moving around.
I
Something
don't-
I
comes
look over
down.
his shoulder when he's drawing.
Yeah.
And I try to help. I ask if I can help him.
Hutton.
Is there anything
Do you
you
say
can do to
anything?
help?
You
I'm an
hear
artist.
that?
You haven't seen their faces.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
Should I?
Something comes down the steps. Tap, tap, tap. It sounds like something has been dropped, like a rock or something. Clip, trip, trip, and it's falling down, coming down the steps slowly. Hey, Hope, what are you doing?
Oh God.
Like, where's
Tap.
the nid?
Anid's at the behind. He's up against the wall. He's kind of behind you.
Okay.
Something tap, tap, tap down the steps. Like somebody drops something down the steps, and it's like you know how when you drop like a stone or something down the steps, it go pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
And something comes down and lands on the landing above you. Um, it glitters.
Yeah, I peek my head out
Uh,
towards it
there's
to
a
see.
gemstone of some kind, a good sized one, maybe this big, lying on the landing. You guess that's what fell down the steps.
I look up the steps to see if there's anything up there
Goes around
from
the
where
corner. Remember,
from whence it came.
the steps go up. There's a landing, and then it disappears around the corner.
Oh, and then
So you saw all. You guys didn't see it come down the steps. You just saw it land on the landing, because the landing is probably about
right,
about
okay.
4 feet high, maybe 5 foot high. The steps are very steep.
I'm getting alarm bells of this is a trap to lure me, but I'm also intrigued by this shiny gemstone.
Clatter.
So
Sean, you're still working during all this. Clatter. Tink, tink, tink. Something else comes down. It has metallic sound to it. Clink, 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 clink. It appears to be a coin of some kind, maybe a gold coin. That goes. It hits the landing and it like spins to a stop and lands there. You're starting to hear the.
hang on, I need more
You're
paper.
hearing like chirps coming from up there. What are y'all doing? Anything? Just watching
Nope.
and listening?
Nope. I'm just watching and waiting.
Okay. You can still hear movement upstairs and little whistles
I don't know.
and whispers.
It's luring us, obviously. I don't
Mm.
want to fall for the
I'm
trap.
just telling you what's happening. You still got lots of time, Loren, that you're going to work
Yep.
on this. Ah, damn it. I'm empty already.
All right. If no one else is doing anything, I guess I'll
Anid's
cautiously.
standing there with a dagger in his hand, ready to
Oh, Anid.
attack.
baby.
Okay, I'll let him go first then.
He ain't going
And
up the
then I'll-
stairs.
I'll pull out my
He's just
dagger
standing there.
too, actually, or my knife
Thump.
instead of
Thump.
my rapier,
Something heavier is
and
coming
follow
down
him.
the steps now. Thump, 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 thump. Poof. A head rolls onto the landing. Bam! There's a splatter of blood against the
Oh, no.
wall. I need a sanity check from Isabella and from Fernando.
Shit, it happened again. How did it go?
I succeeded.
Ow.
Regular success.
A success means no loss.
Lost it. Oh, Oh no, 87.
You failed? Okay. Here we go. Okay. 1 point for Isabella. It's obviously one
1
of the
point.
men up there. Yeah, it's obviously one of the men that was up there. Do you scream? Does anybody scream? What happens?
Sure. Why not? Yes. Um,
Hutton, Isabella
shriek
behind
and
you
run
shrieks and
back
runs where?
back into the room where Loren is, and
Okay.
Fernando, if he's still, I guess.
Fernando's in the hall. No. No. Fernando is in the room holding up this torch. He is taking
Yeah.
a long time to
Right.
draw these guys.
Yeah. Any way you can speed this up, Hutton?
There are heads coming down the stairs, says a Nid. He yells that in the back of your head, Hutton.
Guys,
How,
guys,
Must
there was
this
a
be?
head.
What are
It
you
rolled down the
doing?
stairs.
how much of it is done?
3%.
What?
This
I'll
was
have to-
real. This was
Can I
happening in
assist
real
him
time.
now that I've seen?
Yeah, I'll have
No,
to.
You can't make
But
out
I've
the
seen one of
features
the heads.
You can't really make his features out.
I'll have to try again later then.
I don't want to pick it up. I could, but
The head?
it's a bad idea.
No, you don't want to
Yeah,
pick it up. It's
no,
a
I
bloody
don't.
head. What are you guys doing? Is everybody
I
just
don't.
standing there?
Yeah.
What's the plan?
I guess we leave.
No.
Ugh,
All right, yeah, let's
Yeah.
get out of here.
I think we should leave.
You head down the stairs and out the front door. The chirping and the noises are loud, following you almost, but you can't make out any. You can't see anything. You don't know where they are. But they first
All
come
over
from
the
the.
house.
It seems like, but now you're outside in the bright daylight again.
I know, but they're in the walls.
It's just somewhere. These walls are thick. Maybe they burrow. Yeah, you're outside. Fiscal is surprised to see you come crashing out of the house.
So, what was in that scroll? I saw you. I saw you all reading it. Was there any information in there?
Yes. Yes, it was fascinating actually.
About the
Nothing
Frizzies?
about the Frizzies or no, I didn't see anything like that. But there were some spells I learned, and I used my dreaming magic to copy it into my journal here. I pat the pocket with my journal in it, and yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. So I'll get to study it later.
Poor Isabella.
I mean,
Coin is a consolation prize.
She's so happy. She's so proud of herself.
this just occurred to me is maybe Frizzy is not the name of these actual creatures. Maybe that is just what the locals called them. Maybe the wizard knew the real name for them.
The wizard used the term frizzy.
Oh.
Remember you read the last few entries in
No,
his
you're right.
journal?
Yeah, you're right.
And
Sorry.
he did use the term frizzy. He never mentioned the Frizzi-Nocs, but he did mention the Frizzies several times. Cute things that they had done.
He made them, so they're his invention.
Yeah, that's their coop. That's the farm behind the house. Fiscal just kind of gestures the direction of the house. You gonna close the door? He points back at the open front door.
Yes.
Okay, so the wizard kept his
Whoever's
Frizzies
last, I guess.
in the coop.
It's a farm, Frizzy farm.
Frizzy farm.
He's just pointing
lovely.
around the side of the house. You can see that big building, like barn-like building, made. Looks. You could tell from here it's made entirely of stone. But it does peek out from either side of the wizard's house or the whatever.
Are the doors open on it?
Can't tell. All you can see are the sides, like the edges, because it's directly behind his house.
That's what he said.
You guys are directly in front of his house.
Yeah.
Let's just.
So that's the barn, is what you said was the farm.
Briefly.
Yeah, called it Frizzy Farm.
Yeah, let's check it out briefly. Maybe make sure it's empty before we go in if we can. But I hope it's not like the wardrobe.
I hope it is. Anyway,
The barn, because the barn is huge. We don't want it to be full of them.
would one of you close the door?
Yes.
That's
sorry,
fiscal,
go
of
ahead.
course. Again, is anybody? Sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't hear anybody
I
say
the
assume
door.
door.
Loren's last.
Loren goes in. Okay, Loren goes over. You reach in the house and pull the door shut.
Yep.
Okay. Nothing grabs your arm this time. Okay, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, let's start heading behind the house.
Yeah, okay.
And
You
go
walk around the
behind
house. There's a larger structure back there. It is entirely made of stone. Um, no star motifs, no engravings are on this building. It looks a lot newer than. Well, it still doesn't look new. You know what I mean? But it looks like it is newer than the other houses. Um, it's entirely built of stone. The roof has a more gambrel look. It looks like a large barn. There's a large door in the front of the building, like directly behind the wizard's house. Like there's actually a little stone walkway from his back door to this place.
Okay.
And over the door facing the house is a sign, and it's got two drawings of little fuzzy round creatures. They look kind of like this. They look like kind of like that. A little happy face, little smiley happy face. Um, and the words on it say "Welcome to the Frizzy Farm" with an exclamation point.
As them being like the dot on one of the exclamation
Yeah.
points.
No. Yeah. No. 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 It's
Okay.
got the little drawings are too big to have been the dot, but that's a great idea.
I know. All right.
And this is a big building. It's possibly the biggest building in the town. The door is closed. There is a latch.
I'm not opening it.
Okay. It opens into the building.
No, he says that too. Like,
Yeah, okay.
right then.
Fernando says that. He's just staring at the door.
I nudge Amid to go first. You have muscles. Why don't
and
you go
rolls
first?
his eyes at the cowardice of the other people with him and walks forward,
Small woman.
does the latch, and shoves it
I
open.
don't.
Um,
I'm not that brave.
uh, uh, the light kind of comes from within. Bright light comes from within the building. And it looks like it's full of cages. That's what you can see from
Empty.
outside. Can't tell. There's too many. That's what you can see from outside the building.
But we don't hear things rattling around in the cages and nothing
Everybody
obvious.
can make a listen check if you would like.
Listen? Okay.
Yes.
Why not?
Ah. Okay. And it has not been making many rolls.
Oh my god, I got
Did
a
you get it?
3.
A 3?
That's gotta be an extreme.
What's your listen?
Out
It's
of.
probably an extreme.
Oh, dang it. Hang on. Oh no.
Base is
Oh no,
20.
it's doing dumb.
Base is 20. So yeah, it's an extreme no matter what, Isabella.
Yeah, it is
So
20.
don't worry about it. So
So,
put a check
extreme.
by it. Put
Yeah.
a check by it or write it down or however you keep track of these things. So extreme for
There it
Isabella.
is.
Lauren heard. Fernando, did you make yours?
I failed.
Okay. So Isabella, Lauren, there is some. You can hear something moving around in there, but not a lot.
Yep.
Not like the wardrobe. You know what I mean? It's not like dozens of something. Isabella, you can definitely hear something moving in there, making dissatisfied noises. Doesn't sound
Okay.
like a person. You know what I mean? It almost sounds like a
Yeah,
baby
sounds like an
fussing.
animal.
It sounds
Um,
yeah, or like an animal.
Are they okay? Are now, so I know there's cages. Can I hear anything like banging around in the cages, like they're trying to get out?
No. Nope.
Or anything like that?
And these are big cages, like As far as you could tell, they might even be set into the floor. And you're talking
And
medieval
I
cages
can't
too.
see there.
No, there's too many cages. These aren't like cages with bars. These are cages that are tightly woven, so something small cannot get out of them.
Hmm.
And you still haven't. Nobody's even entered the room,
Okay.
so you're basically looking into this room through an open doorway, and all you can make out are cages. Really, a lot of them, and each of them is
I'm gonna
pretty good
assume
size.
they are in the cages.
Okay.
I'm just gonna assume that.
hmm
Okay.
What are y'all doing? Anid's opened the door.
Yeah. I'll say.
He's kind of peeking in. He's kind of looking
I'll say.
in.
I hear them.
Mm.
I think I hear the Frizzies or Frizzi-Nocs. I don't know which. They're maybe in those cages. Hopefully, still in the cages. I don't know. Should we go in?
I'd be willing to.
There may be more information in here. You didn't find anything about the Frizzies in the house, did you?
Me?
Either
No.
one of you.
No, not really.
So maybe
wish.
there will be more information there.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing?
Mm.
I'm gonna walk into the
We go
barn.
in?
Okay. Yeah, it's well lit, very brightly lit, from six uh, strange globes hanging from the walls. Um, you can see that the cages are kind of arrayed around the room. They appear to be set into the floor. They're in kind of a strange pattern. Um, Loren, you've gone in the room. Does anybody follow him?
I will follow him. I won't leave my friends alone,
Okay,
but you
okay.
didn't really
So
want to.
pretty much everybody's going in. Everybody can make me either a navigation or a hard intelligence check as you're looking over these cages. Um, they have very tight bars, so that small things cannot get out of these cages. You know what I mean? But they're also thick, which is a weird combination.
I don't notice anything.
Okay.
All right. Technically, it's easier for me to make the hard intelligence, but I could get the point on navigate.
Whatever you want to do.
I failed.
Okay. Isabella?
Okay. I'll do intelligence.
Okay. Hard intelligence, so half your intelligence.
Success.
Okay. As the cages are probably, like this high, good sized, different shapes, which is kind of weird. And as you're walking between them, and you're not seeing anything in any of these cages, whatever the noise is, it's coming from a little further in the room. You realize it feels like these cages are set up in the same way the town is. So in the barn, you've got, except obviously they're bigger, they fill the barn, but it's almost like several cages going here, several cages going here, and then down the front. Kind of like a T, which is weird. You can see it looks like there's some kind of a glass window towards the back of the Frizzy farm on your left. And when you reach kind of the middle, you see that one of the cages is full. You also notice that in the very center of the room there is a ring set into the floor. Floor's cobblestone, by the way, very solid. But there's like a metal ring set into the floor. And it looks like the one cage has something in it. Little things that are moving around a little bit. You see eyes looking your direction.
I look closer.
It looks kind of like that little. There's not this many of them, by the way. Oh shit.
Does it look like Fizzgig? Because I want it to.
I don't know what Fizzgig is, so stop talking about Fizzgig.
It's a Muppet. It's the furry guy that I put a picture of.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
His mouth opens super wide. I wanted to But another one.
He kind of
Oh,
looks like
this.
a rabbit.
So there's not this many. There's maybe
So,
half a dozen of them, but they look kind of like that.
aw, okay. They're kind of cute.
Do
They do
those
sort of
look
have
like
fangs.
the thing that was on the mantle?
Kind of, yes. That was obviously a stuffed toy,
Mm-hmm.
but these
Which I
do
took, by the way.
resemble.
Oh, wait, no.
You
No, I
took it?
didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay, I didn't think you
I
said
was
you took
going
it. You
to.
said you looked at it, but you never said you kept it. So I assumed you
I
put it
picked it
back.
up.
Mm-hmm.
I was I would have taken it if not for that sign.
Okay, that's fine. Um, and then all of them say in unison, "Hello."
I'm startled by that.
Aw.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah. Same.
let me see if these require a sanity check. I don't know if they do.
No,
I'll jump a
I
little
say,
bit.
I'm just like, I'm surprised. I did not expect them to speak. So,
Yes, everybody make me a
Same.
sanity
Yeah.
check at this. It's not like a Frizzi-Nocs sanity check. It's not nearly as bad.
oh my gosh, I failed.
They're all nasty.
Everybody fails,
Oh
goes crazy,
no.
kills themselves.
I think I failed too. Yeah, I definitely failed.
Okay, so Isabella,
50.
you lose a whopping 1 sanity. Loren, you lose 2.
Okay.
Mm.
Fernando, you lose 1. And Anid is actually shocked and a little appalled at this as well.
How dare they?
Ugh. He goes, ugh.
I think I was
They all
just initially
they seem
surprised.
very excited to see you.
Hello?
But yeah, once I realized they're the cute version, or they seem like the cute version,
Food!
I'll be like, oh,
Food!
they're kind of cute.
Food! Food! Food, food. They
You
all try to
talk?
talk at the same
Aw.
time too. Food, food, food. They're all saying food, food, food,
Okay.
food, 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 food.
Like not in unison, but just like
No, kind
at
of
the same time.
like just all over each other. You know what I mean? But they all say the same exact thing.
Gotcha.
Mine?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Cute. Aw.
Actually, food, 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 food,
Okay.
food, food, food,
What do you eat? What do you eat?
food,
Sorry.
food, 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 food. They don't seem
I'm gonna.
they don't seem exceptionally smart.
Yeah,
Does there appear
I'm gonna
to
look
be...
around the room.
There are a hell of a lot of
There's a-
bloodstains around that iron ring set into the floor, by the way.
Okay.
Looks like that's
Uh-oh.
been scrubbed over, you
This
know.
seems
but
nefarious.
yeah, it does. That seems.
Could it be a
nefarious.
frizzy fighting ring? It's a frizzy fighting ring.
You don't know.
Oh
There's
no, this is
okay.
terrible.
There's still. There appears to be a small room or something in the back with glass in the front of it. You can see that easily from here. Food, food, food,
I'll
food.
go
Blood,
check
blood,
out that
blood,
room.
meat,
Oh, okay,
blood,
okay.
meat.
Come
Loren,
on,
so
blood.
Loren, you're heading over there to this
Hmm.
glass. It's weird, dude. So the room has a door. You do see a back door to the Frizzy farm. A large back door, like wide, like 5 feet wide and about 8 feet high. This front door is the same way. The door to this little room is normal sized. Um, it looks like it has numerous bolts and a bar on the back. None of it's locked. It's closed, but it's not locked. Like 8 bolts in the back of this door and a bar. And then there is an exterior door as well with the same setup going on. A ton of bolts and these are all locked and a bar. And you're guessing from where you're standing, this leads outdoors. The room looks out into the Frizzy coop or the Frizzy farm through a window made of crossed iron bars fitted with thick glass. You don't think you could break through this glass. You might be able to break the glass, but even then, you're talking like it's tiny, tiny panes of glass. There is an array of levers on a panel under the glass, like dozens of levers. All of them are up. Let's see. Is there a lever?
Except one.
Yeah. Two of them look different from the other levers. Um, no, sorry. Two of them look distinct, and six others looked very distinct. And then all the rest of the levers look kind of the same. And there's probably about 30 or 40 of these other levers. What you want to do, Sean?
Ugh.
Pull levers at random. Let's see what happens. And again, both doors into this room are like thick, heavy doors. One thing you've noticed about all the doors in this town, they're tight. The exterior doors to
Yeah.
houses are tight. The interior doors, you know how most interior doors are lighter
Yeah.
and there's sometimes a little space underneath and that kind of shit. No, these are tight.
No.
All the doors
Okay.
that you've seen so far have been like they
Very
fit
snug.
into their doorway very tightly. They all have really good latches. Oh, and that's another thing I should have mentioned in the library and the alchemist lab. There are bolts. There were bolts on those interiors of those doors as well. So you could lock yourself in the library. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Are any of the levers labeled?
No, nothing is labeled.
And they're all in the same position.
Yes. Everything's
But
up. You know what I mean?
but there was
You have to
only
pull to
but there was
activate the
only
levers.
one cage that was closed.
All the cages are closed, but only one
All
has
the
frizzies in it. Food, food, hungry, 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 hungry,
I
hungry,
kind
hungry.
of want to feed them, but I'm also
Ooh.
worried that if I do, maybe they'll turn evil. Just
It's
I'm
just
not
a
gonna
after.
thought.
say
I don't know how they turn. Oh wait, they said at night they turn evil. I guess that has nothing to do with food then.
In the dark, they turn evil.
I,
In the dark.
They did say at night, but it's dark at night. Go ahead,
Okay.
Lauren. Sorry.
I'm
Hmm.
gonna go to one of the levers that has the most common appearance,
Yeah,
like
like
the
the
ones that,
40 levers.
yes, but I'm gonna go to like one of the furthest ones to one side,
Yeah. Okay.
and I'm just gonna
Give it a
yeah
little pull.
look
Okay.
out the window.
Okay. You're looking. You're looking. Make me a spot hidden. You don't know where to look. Everybody else can make a spot hidden as well. Actually, and see. You made it.
Hey,
Great. One of the cages opens. Just goes. Uh. Just. It's like. Cling, like that.
I
Anybody?
just made it.
Huh? You made
I
it.
just made it.
Fernando,
Yes.
you're looking at these things in this cage and you're like, what the hell? And you see movement to your left and you look and you see a cage door just opens for no apparent reason. Isabella, how'd you do?
I failed.
Okay, you're busy talking to the Frizzies. You don't notice. Anit is looking at the creatures pretty carefully. He doesn't appear to notice either. But Hutton and Fernando, you both see a Hutton. You can make an. You kind of know what happened. Fernando,
yeah,
you have no idea what just happened
Yeah.
and why that's happening.
Um. I start looking around. Like, do I notice Lauren in
I'm
this other
gonna
room?
You yes, you can see him in the other room. He looks
Okay.
through the windows. He's like waving at you
Okay.
through this really weird glass window.
all right.
I give him a suspicious look.
Ah! Remember, your door is still open to the interior of this room, Lauren.
Yeah. Um.
Food?
Okay. That was one of the 40.
I turn to Anit and say, "Should we feed them? I don't know. Do you think that's a good idea?"
He just grunts at you.
Don't seem to care. Okay, well, uh, I guess I don't have any food on me, huh?
You are a woman and naturally nurture weak and helpless
Uh,
things.
Well, yes, I suppose so. That is true. It isn't my
Then
nature.
do as you will. I am not your husband. I cannot tell you what to do.
Okay. Yeah,
Isabella
that's
rolls
her
her
reaction.
eyes
She
at this
and
and
sighs, yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Lauren, if you decide to
I
do anything, let me know.
I'm gonna head over to Loren and see what he's up to.
Okay, you heard my description of the room with all these
Yeah.
freaking bolts and bars and all this other shit and tons of levers. Isabella, what did you want to do?
I don't have any food on me, I assume.
I don't know.
I do have that. Do I still have that manna from the beginning? Did I eat that?
I think we
I don't
ate
remember
all of
ever
that.
eating
I
it.
don't. I don't know. You might if you want to make a luck check. If you do, you're like, oh shit, I forgot this was in my pocket.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
been
I
there for
ever ate it.
months.
I'm pretty sure.
It's been 45 days.
I assumed it was perfectly preserved and I
took us-
still had it.
Lembas
It
bread.
took us like
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought like a week to get to that first place.
No, no, no. You guys find a farmhouse the first night. Remember?
Okay, but then after that, we still
So
had
close.
a lot of travel to go.
Yeah, but you were stopping at farmhouses. People were feeding you.
Okay.
You know, you guys weren't wanting for food at that point. So if
I just
so everybody can make
guess-
anybody you can make. Yeah, I understand, Aaron, but you can make a luck check if you
Yeah.
want to still have the mana, or you could have eaten it somewhere along the way. Isabella, you failed your luck
Apparently, I
check.
ate it.
Yeah, you ate it one night. Oh, it was good.
Barely.
It was pretty good. You didn't want it to spoil.
I didn't think it was going to spoil, but
Oh well,
sure.
you just wanted to try it, and then you're like, "Wow, this is really good," and then it was gone. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's gone."
I will make an attempt to make, or let's see, what else is in here? Are there like small things like rocks or pieces of wood or something small in here that I could turn
No,
into
it's
food?
pretty clean. Uh, dust, some dirt on the floor. You know, it's a work area of some kind. But otherwise, there's no rocks or anything large or anything like that. I mean, you could make something from nothing if you want. And if you're not making much, it's not going to cost much. If you made an apple,
Okay.
it's not going to cost more than a magic point to make an apple out of nothing.
What about like some jerky?
Yeah, go for it. Make some beef jerky.
Okay, I'll try to make some jerky. I guess out of nothing.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
was gonna try to turn it
Sleep.
32 seems
32
good,
does
but I
not
only have
seem like a success. I think you had 18.
not. I have 17.
17, okay. So you're like, but
How
nothing
many
happens.
points?
Just one. One magic point.
All right. Well, I tried.
Okay,
I guess I could try again.
if you want.
But
Let's go back to the. Let's go back
try
to
one
this.
more time.
Try one more time, and then we're gonna go back to this little room, this weird room.
Oh, I got a 14. I
14
succeeded.
success. Yeah, you got
Yay!
big chunk of beef jerky
So-
in your hand.
One more point.
Yeah, just one magic point.
Okay, great. So I feed it to them, I guess, through the whatever holes there are in the
Yeah,
cage.
it's pretty tight, but yeah, you can shove it through. They eat it up. They don't seem to have teeth. They more have like it's like they gum it. They have like hard gums from what you can see from their face. From what you can see when they like so they're not like they're like crushing it as opposed to like chopping it up. But they don't have teeth at all. No fangs, nothing nasty like that. Like dry, dry,
Oh.
dry, 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 dry. Red, red. And then they're like licking their lips. Wet,
Hmm?
red, wet, red. Blood,
Uh,
blood.
blood?
Mm,
Want
blood.
you
Meat,
like
meat,
blood?
meat,
Oh,
meat, blood, meat. Okay.
we'll kind of like take a step back
They seem
and
very
discuss.
happy. They do eat the jerky. They like it. Meanwhile, back in
Okay,
the
good.
weird room, what do you guys want to do?
I want to
I'm-
search the room for.
Yeah, I'm like standing back and like when Fernando comes in now, I'm like looking at the levers like
What are you counting?
just kind of like trying to figure out. So there's 6, and then there's 2, then there's like a 40.
Yes, correct.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, so you're pondering. Fernando, you're looking around the room. You're not finding any instructions. You don't find any like manual to work this whatever this weird machine is.
Is it just this machine? Is there any like gaps or spaces or I don't know, like I'm kind of maybe. Is there any sort of spatial difference or whatever in the rooms? If
No.
they're like a gap or something?
There's like a grill on the floor.
Okay.
It's heavy metal. It's very heavily made. It is like screwed into the floor. You'll need tools to actually get it up. You still have super torch. It looks like there's some kind of machinery underneath the building. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like he pulled a lever. One lever's pulled down. You can make this connection. One lever's
Actually, yeah.
pulled.
Say,
There's
actually,
one
that's what
cage
I may
open.
want to. Yeah, I may want to retro in. Like when I first get in that room, I probably would have asked Hutton, like, "What did you do?" Like,
I pulled.
Yeah, that's a good idea,
I
actually.
yeah.
We'll retro
I
this in. I like that.
tried to make sure I was taking something that was on the edge of these levers.
You
'Cause
did.
that
You took
cage-
one
yeah,
all the way to the
'cause
left
that
and the top, and
cage-
you pulled it, and it's this cage right over here to your left. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
so I wanted to try to stay away from the center area this cage was.
Food, 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 food.
Um,
You guys can hear that across the room.
but there's two that are similar, then there's six that are similar, and then there's these.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really do have an idea, and I don't know if it's a good idea. Well, I don't know if it's good to have the idea.
There are 34 levers, Sean. Of the
Okay,
40,
total
there
levers.
are 34 levers, yes.
Okay.
And that's how many cages.
There's 40
can fit-
levers.
No, there's 34
total.
levers that are identical, not 40, but that was that group.
Okay.
And then there are 2 and 6. So
How many-
30.
And how many buildings are in town?
You're not sure exactly.
there's not-
It's around 30, 35, so it could be
Okay.
it's very close to the number of cages. Did one of you make the connection of they look like they're arrayed like the buildings?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
But the levers are not, obviously.
the levers are just in in rows.
All right.
The one you pulled far left top opened up the first cage over here. You know what I mean? So, and then you have 6 and you have 2 of obviously different. These levers obviously do something different.
Oh, this sounds like such a bad idea to do this, but
Pull them all.
Ms. Isabella and you sir, I forget your name. You might want to come into this room for a second.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Say what? I heard my name.
They called you from the little glass room, but you couldn't make out what they said.
I am going to
Okay.
attempt to use dream magic.
Okay.
To create essentially like a baby bottle like you would give a calf.
Oh yeah.
But
Full of blood?
Filled with blood.
Filled with blood.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. 1 point, 1 magic point. Like a good size, like a big baby bottle, basically.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Like a hamster
like a quart
water
jar with a nipple.
With the nipple. Go for it.
Gross.
13 out of 16.
Is he?
That's a success.
Is he? Are we
Don't
together?
Forget, no. They're still in that little room.
Okay.
Don't forget to check dreaming.
Okay.
If you succeeded in making something. Yeah. Okay, Fernando. Describe what happens there, Sean? What's it look like? I mean, do you just do like this, or
no?
something?
He's holding his hands out like he would hold the bottle.
Oh, like kind of like that.
Like this.
And it just
like
it just appears without a sound. It's just like blink. It's there.
And then it's kind of like a.
Yeah, he's got a bottle of something red, Fernando.
Well,
I raise an eyebrow, I guess.
Okay.
Like,
God.
What the hell? Like,
I love this idea. I'm glad to be part of it.
Yeah,
Me too.
all right.
If I hear them talking too, I'll come back and I'll come in
Okay.
where they are.
Yeah, then Miss Eldridge comes over and peeks into the room. He is holding a bottle that appears to be full of blood, or something that has the exact look of blood.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to assume it's blood, especially because I know they were asking for that.
Blood,
Oh,
please.
okay.
Blood. Red.
Oh, you did? Okay. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, but all right. I guess we'll find out. Good job, I guess.
Yeah, I'm
I
This
love
is-
this. I'm loving what's happening here. I'm just loving it.
I'm
It's
going
amazing.
to
Yeah.
go back out and
Oh, oh,
provide
food,
the nipple through
food.
one of the holes.
Oh, oh. Yeah. It takes them a little while to figure this out. And once they do, oh yeah, they drink it right up. They kind
I was
of
imagining them clamoring over each other
Yeah.
well
to get to it.
they don't they don't know how the nipple works apparently.
Yeah.
So it takes them a while to
Okay.
figure that out, and then they are clambering all over each other. They all get some. They drink it all down.
All right.
Good, good, good. More meat. More. Good, 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 good. And that
I'm
Wow,
looking-
that's what
they
you
are
get.
ravenous.
I'm
Goodness.
looking at the positioning of these cages.
Yes.
If I'm lining it up to the main buildings in the village,
Mm-hmm.
what building is it?
You think it will be okay if you look on the map, building number 5, the one just to the right of that. It's an unmarked building.
Okay.
It's a house. You're guessing it's a house. You didn't see any signs on any of the buildings down that way except for the ones towards the end. But remember, you're just trying to remember the houses and you're trying to line them up and you're trying to guess.
Yeah.
So this lines up here, so that must be the stable. It's the one next to the stable.
We're at
you
9
think.
and we're at 10 now.
You guys are at 10,
right?
yes. Yes.
Um.
You think it's the one that
What-
was next to the stable. That makes sense to you because you remember the stable. You remember the storehouse was there, then the stable. You remember that, and the smithy was on the other side, and it's the one next to that.
What do you all do in this town? I'm talking to the
The Frizzies? Look, food.
if someone were to harm a citizen of Tinkletown,
Twinkle.
what would Twinkletown? What would happen?
They look a little confused. If you wanna proceed with this train of thought and try to
Yeah.
talk to them, it will take a while because they don't seem very intelligent. They probably have intelligence that's like chimpanzee,
Okay,
maybe a
I'm
smart dog or
literally
a
going
child.
to dumb it
Mm.
down
Okay.
and
Hold on, let me see. Oh wait, this is the wrong section. I have a whole section on talking to the Frizzies here. Hold on.
Mm.
There that is. Yes, I knew I had something. All right. So, all right.
Can I ask them if they eat people while he's trying to do this? That's another
Well, it's
way to ask
okay.
it.
So what we're gonna have to do is here. It's gonna take you like an hour of trying to get ideas across to get them to
Yeah.
understand what's going on. So I mean, do you guys want to take that time? Take an hour of like, so this is this and this is this, and just
Blood comes from here.
well, just making this communication.
yeah.
Because they um. Okay, so you learn that usually food after an hour, usually food is brought in, and it is usually on 4 legs, but sometimes it's on 2 legs. Mostly 4 legs, and that you do figure out, you do learn from them. They also they eat like vegetables most of the time, but sometimes they have to have fresh
Blood.
meat. Well, fresh meat, preferably,
Yeah.
um, and darkness. They can only eat the meat and the blood, and they can only eat the meat in the dark. Um, and you get this impression that they love. They're naming names that you don't recognize. Hildred, Maud, Charlie, Hawk. Love them, love them, love them. You're getting this from them. Um, um,
Get the impression they love them
and
as in
Hawk.
they love them.
And there's somebody named Hawk. Love Hawk. Love Hawk. And Sean, you recognize that from the journal. Was the name
Okay.
Hawk. They obviously loved him. Um, um, uh, and they stop evil. Stop bad people. You do get that.
Okay.
You do get that.
I think
Eat them. Eat bad people. That's what you
when
get.
somebody does something bad in this town, the creatures are released, and I think this is reading old books about magic wizards and all this kind of thing. Each of those levers are tied to one of these cages. Each of these cages are tied to one of the buildings in town. And somehow, when you release them, they go right to that spot and they take care of the person who's doing the bad.
I think there's something down below. I think there's something that comes up from the middle.
I could see that, like an elevator, that ring, maybe goes underground or something somehow.
There's no cracks or anything that would indicate anything.
I was thinking
elevator.
it was like a magical ring that the person they go through it or something. I don't know.
Well, it's a
portal?
ring. It's like a ring set into the ground.
Okay, I was thinking it was kind of
like you could tie something or somebody to. You know what I mean? Like if you brought in if you brought in an animal with a halter or something, you could bring it in, you could tie it off so the animal will be stuck there.
Almost like a fenced off
the T-Rex likes to hunt.
The what?
I'm just thinking of the goat from Jurassic Park. They just tie the goat up next to the fence.
Oh yeah,
but it's a big ring.
That's the impression you get. No, it is a ring like this big. I just said.
Small ring.
Yes, it's
what?
It's set
it's
into
like
the
a
floor.
giant chain link.
It's just laying on the ground sideways, and then there's another ring that's stamped that's stuck into the floor, so that you could pick this up. It almost looks like a ring on a trapdoor, but there's no trapdoor here. You know what I mean?
Man.
That seems really odd to me.
So
and it's right in the middle of the room.
They might just hook something up to this and let all the Frizzies out.
Yeah, like tie an animal to it so they can feed on it.
You're getting the impression that it's mostly animals that they do it in the dark. They eat it. They can only eat in the dark, but they don't have to do it very often. You got that impression too from them, but they don't know like how often. They have no concept of like the passage of time, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How did the other Frizzies get out? I'm asking
Frizzy's in the house, except when we have to eat.
Are you're in your house?
Again, it takes some time.
Yeah.
The impression that you get is that they live in the houses.
Okay.
Most of the time, they're brought here when they need to feed in the dark. And then what they eat in the dark is flesh and blood, warm flesh and blood. But they also eat like beef jerky that Elizabeth gave.
This is gonna sound horrible. What if we tied a beast into this room, and this evening we see if we can't we hide in this room with the levers and the glass and keep ourselves safe.
The bars and the bolts and
see if we can pull the ones that have gone rabid back into the barn and maybe get them back into cages.
So you're saying that out loud?
Yes, I am saying that out loud.
Frizzi-Nocs like to stay Frizzi-Nocs.
Like to save each other?
Like to stay Frizzi-Nocs. It's fun. Fun.
Oh, you like to be. I see. I will try to communicate to them. Ask them if there's. Maybe this isn't really relevant because I guess they're in cages. So, but if they're let out, then they're free. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think. Okay. I guess I'll try to ask them. Is there anything that brings you back here, like a dinner bell sort of thing? Is there anything that happens when you eat? Like, Are they? I'm trying to figure out. Are they Pavlovian
They're not.
condition?
You don't get
Not
the
that that
impression
was
they're not. They're brought here when they need to feed.
okay. So there's nothing that they would already associate. I guess maybe I wouldn't even
No.
have that concept in my brain anyway. I don't know.
You can
All right.
associate a dinner bell and kids have to come home, or a
Sure.
school bell
Yeah.
brings people to school, a church bell brings people to
That's
church.
true.
So you can make that
Okay.
assumption.
Cool.
So there doesn't appear to be anything that
I
like
guess.
there's no like signal for them to come here. You don't think?
Okay.
From what they
I'll try to
tell
figure out
you.
who brings them here.
Family.
Is it the people they
And
mentioned?
they mention those names again. Maud, and I've actually forgotten the names because I didn't name like every dead person in this town.
I wonder if those people are still alive. Probably not.
Well, they might be actually.
I'll try to ask them.
If what you've been told is that the Frizzies killed everybody.
Yeah.
If there weren't any Frizzies in the house at the time.
It appears
Yeah, so
maybe the only house that doesn't have Frizzies might be the one next to the stables. But the tavern is the building that's safe.
So people are dead except for the people that are in the tavern, right?
That's
maybe
as we
the
know.
tavern.
That's what you've been told. Everybody's dead except for those guys.
But how did they get the Frizzies out of the tavern?
Were they ever in the tavern?
There wasn't. Yeah, maybe Frizzies weren't supposed to be in the tavern ever.
They just said they're in every
house.
Yeah.
You want to go look at
the house?
Sean, you have a good guesstimate of which cage goes with which building. You want to go over there?
Yeah.
Tavern cage is super dusty, like it has not been used ever, or at least not for a very long time. You know what I mean? Like this cage is fairly clean. The Frizzies are all furry, so when they go around, they pick up a lot of dust and shit. Yeah. The tavern one, the one that you think this one seems to go with the tavern, nothing. Yeah. Okay. Make of that information what you will. Also, there's not one for the Frizzy farm. You know what I mean? There's not a cage for this building.
All right. Okay, so the one. All right, yeah. So I'm thinking that this is the one that has Frizzies in it currently is the building next to the stables.
Yes, correct. That's what you think.
The wizard's house.
No,
the stables. Stables is number
near
5.
Near the crossroads in town.
Yeah, number 5 is the stables. There's like a building to the right of it, and that's the one that Loren thinks corresponds to this cage.
I don't know what that means, to be honest. I'm confused.
Well, that's okay.
Well, for some reason, these Frizzies.
Let's check out that house.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, these Frizzies are
Sounds
still
good.
in their cage, and all the other ones are out.
Out.
They want to be let out. Well, not yet, little one.
Let's wait on that house.
That face. Get you a coin. No.
I agree.
Right now, one cage is open, and that's the one that you pulled the lever to.
They like hawks.
They like hawks?
That's what you said, hawks, wasn't it? From the journal
Hawk?
I read.
Oh yeah, Hulk. Haulk. Hulk is his name. Yes.
Hawk
yes.
like chalk.
I thought you said hawk, and I was like, wait, what?
I thought you had said hawk as well. Sorry,
Hulk. It's Hulk. You know what I mean? It's a weird.
Kind of like caulk.
Hawk like chalk.
Yeah, like caulk.
It works.
Mm-hmm. They do like him.
Okay, that too.
They like him. They like the other names that they gave you, that you could probably assume are the people that live in that house with them. They live in that house with these people.
Okay.
Oof.
And then Frizzy's turned.
Let's go see if they're alive.
Fiscal is still outside with the zebras.
As far as you know.
All right.
He said he'd wait.
As we come out, he's still there.
Yeah, he's still. Everybody's going back out then.
Yeah.
Did we close that? Are we closing the one you opened?
No, nobody said they were.
Yeah, no.
You guys can go back out and close the door to the Frizzy farm.
Yeah, we'll close the door to the Frizzy
It's
farm.
a super big
All right.
door. Bye, bye,
I'm going
bye,
to close the door to the Fizzy farm. Yeah.
bye,
Please,
bye.
we'll come back.
And you go out. Yeah,
Bring you more blood.
Fiscal is there. He's holding. He's like, "You're alive? After going in there?
Yeah,
Is it full of Frizzies?"
they were.
There's
Yeah,
just
they're
one.
cute.
There's a crate full.
They're a little creepy. They like blood, but
I don't want to
they
know.
are adorable.
I don't know any more about them. I know more than
Oh.
enough.
Hulk.
Okay.
Do you know who Hulk is?
Who?
That was the
Who?
Hulk.
Hulk?
Hulk.
Who is he?
They said they liked him.
Apparently. Yeah.
It was. I saw the name in
He
the
just-
journal in the tower. The wizard. What was the wizard's name?
I don't know.
What? This is a tiny town. How do you not
It
know
is a-
everyone?
It is a pretty small town.
I'm just kind of sitting there like, so we have this person to show us around town, but he doesn't know anybody in the town.
You're thinking this? You're saying
Or
this out
anything.
I
loud?
kind of say
apparently.
it out
You
loud.
say it out loud. Oh yeah, that's his name. You know how much sleep I've had in the last 4 days? Like an hour.
I'm not a very good tour guide.
You're not a very good whatever.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
we are. We're pretty good investigators,
All right,
so
let's.
continue.
We'll head for
Our
the building next to
investigation.
the stables.
Okay. He's still leading your zebras behind you. Fiscal is. Yeah, that building, the bottom floor has been again, like boarded up, like most of the town. Again, you notice that it looks like the some of the shutters up above are open. Everybody can make me a spot hidden. Again, it looks like every other house. There's lots of like little star motif all around. The houses are very pretty, actually.
Hard
I got
success.
a hard success.
Hard success. You can see bodies out in the field.
I
Amongst,
got an
like,
extreme.
you got an extreme. Okay. You see
Waving.
hard successes and extreme. Holy shit. Okay. There, as you like pass between the stable and this house, it's a pretty wide area. You can see several bodies. They're pretty far out. You know, like if you look on the map, they're like halfway between here and the trees, halfway between the road and the trees. But you can see, clothing on somebody lying in amongst the like the beans or whatever crops are growing there. So it's not like lush crops. Let's say it's corn, because the rows are pretty from this very angle. The rows are pretty straight, and you can see that there's bodies out there. Um, or somebody's lying down out there and not moving. So you can assume pretty easily that they're bodies. You can't tell how many. They're wearing like rough clothing is all you can really make out, because it is pretty far. But you notice this as you pass between the stable and this house that you're going to check out. As you were kind of looking at it, that caught your eye. Isabella, you're guessing it's like a half a dozen people, maybe, with your extreme success.
Okay. Got it. Cool.
So there's that. Fiscal's behind you, still just leading the zebras. I'm gonna put these in the. I'll put these in the stable.
Oh, maybe best not. It's not safe there, is it?
Ain't nobody's heard nothing in there since a few nights ago.
Someone dying there.
Ain't heard the
Birds were
chirping.
killed?
Yeah. Some people died in there, but we ain't heard no chirping. I think it's clean. As long as you close these doors at night, I think it'll be okay.
I'm unsure if that's a good idea. Could we bring him into the tavern?
Are you stupid or just crazy? Can't bring Zebras
Come
in the tavern.
on,
There's
we
shit
got
all
this.
over the place.
Is there maybe a basement they could go down?
And the stable's closed up, by the way, guys. The stable doors are closed. They can't go down in
Okay,
the
fine.
cellar.
Just
I'll
an
be right
idea.
back. I'll be right back.
All right, make sure there's nothing in there that will hurt them. He
He's
doesn't
he
like me.
he doesn't like he doesn't seem to like anybody. He seems pretty
Yeah.
grumpy and he goes over to the stables. You see him pull the doors open and he goes in with the zebras,
All
leaving you
right.
guys alone
I
in the
I
street right now.
I gave mine a little pet
Okay,
and a kiss to say goodbye just in case it doesn't survive.
okay. But you guys noticed
Okay.
that, and that's when and Fiscal hadn't quite got actually to this gap before he was like, "I'm getting rid of these damn zebras," and he headed over to the and he's in the stable right now. The doors are open.
All right.
So sorry, keep going.
Head. We head next door to the house. I look
Yeah.
at
Okay.
Enid.
Oh,
Do your
he
thing.
draws his sword. He rips the freaking board off the front door again. He puts the sword back, and then he takes his dagger out, and
All
he
right.
opens the door, pushes it open. It's not locked.
Thank you very much. Perfect. Shall we?
Uh, this house, it's. I mean, for medieval times, it's a good sized house. Again, downstairs there's like a parlor, a sitting room, kind of deal, and a kitchen. Um, it's a mess, kind of like the wizard's house. Um, Food in the kitchen hasn't been cleaned up. Food in the living room. You go upstairs. There are several rooms upstairs. It looks like there are three rooms. One had some youngsters or maybe children in it. The other had the other was an older a bedroom with a larger bed that still looks pretty simple, like maybe a son or daughter. And then the last bedroom looks like a master bedroom with parents. Um, there's like nothing in here. There's no blood. There's no noises like in the wizard's house. There was you kept hearing noises and stuff upstairs and stuff moving around. Nothing. Um, there's there's some food. Looked like somebody ate in one of the beds. There is a lot of there's some dirt upstairs, like people didn't clean like wipe their shoes before they were walking around the house. Um, but otherwise, it just looks like a home, like a farmer might live in. You know what I mean? But nice, but like heavy duty. Again, you got shutters on the inside with two solid bolts. You've got these glass windows that are really solid and thick with lots of like little bars, and then there's shutters on the outside as well. Um, and upstairs, one of the windows is wide open. Uh, the shutters are open on the inside all around the house. And then most of the shutters are open on the outside as well, upstairs, the ones that weren't closed. And downstairs, too, the interior shutters are also like ajar or were not closed. There is, everybody can make me a spot hidden for just a glance to see if you notice something that's a little out of
Hard
place.
success.
Loren got a hard.
Hard fail.
Okay. You don't notice anything, Fernando, except what I've just told you. And Isabella got a success as well. Um, uh, there is some stuff knocked over, um, almost as if somebody ran out of this house at one point from upstairs.
Okay.
But there you go. That's
Um,
that's what you find in this house.
is there any fur?
Yes, yeah. There's some fur around the house. Frizzy fur, you'd guess.
Okay. But no dead bodies, no
No,
stench, nothing like that.
no. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I mean, there's a smell from
So
the kitchen from like this food that's been left out, but otherwise,
so it seems like whoever lived here, I guess, escaped with their life, or maybe, well, perhaps the people who
They,
lived here were some of the bodies in the cornfield.
yeah, they at least made it out of the building.
Yeah, they may not be alive. I suppose we could go investigate those bodies, although that is some
Actually, I'm.
cob.
has
Wait, what
Fisk.
bodies? What bodies?
That's a pretty.
Oh, didn't you see in the cornfield? There were
There's
about six.
No.
there's
There's
been some
bodies in
bodies
the
out in the
field?
cornfields.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mention that. I thought you saw.
Anid looks at you like you're an idiot, Fernando. But then he looks at everybody that way all the time. But he says, "I didn't see them either."
um, I am suspicious at this point in time that anyone left in town might not be from town, but at the same time, I don't know how they'd be alive.
Well, it looks
I haven't
like
put all the pieces together yet.
I really do believe that every single one of those cages is tied to a certain house. And the reason the tavern is safe is because they don't
Because there
go.
isn't one?
There isn't.
Or there is one,
There
but
aren't Frizzies tied to the tavern. I think the Frizzies are tied to certain locations.
why?
What?
I mean, we know protection, but I don't
Yeah, that they are the protection. That if anything goes wrong,
understand why they would need so many cages though. Why not just put them all in one big cage when they're to be fed or whatever?
that maybe
Or
so that
why
way they don't accidentally kill someone they didn't mean to. And
so do you
then
think they're
they
sort of
did.
like pets? They seem kind of like pets tied to each
I
family. That's why they're separated.
as much as a dog that is trained to kill anybody that comes onto a property.
Yes. Well, exactly. That's what
I
I
mean,
was thinking.
it's not a pet, but it is a pet.
What would
I mean,
happen if a group of bandits came to and killed everyone in town?
I suppose
That I. Hmm.
maybe the Frizzies would see them as their new leaders. That happens in the animal
Or
kingdom all the time, right? Or
maybe
does it?
the Frizzies killed all the bandits that came into that house after they killed the people out in the fields.
Well,
And we know that some people made it out of town, right?
no.
So maybe those were the people that originally were
I,
here.
I don't know if we know for sure anybody made it out of town.
Didn't we?
Clyde
Someone,
Clyde claimed that nobody got out but them,
Yeah.
but the ones who are staying in the tavern.
but I thought someone, or what was the other
Some
guy that?
people went to get help.
They
Somebody
have
told you
not
that. I
been
think that was
and
Fiscal told you that.
fiscal. Some
Nobody
have
came
left,
back, and
but
nobody
no one
has.
has. Yeah.
Right, and
But that doesn't mean that they died.
his assumption was they're dead.
It doesn't mean they died, but it also doesn't mean they made
Fine.
it.
It means either one.
It
It could mean
yeah,
either way.
it could go either way.
It's
They may have survived, so I'm just gonna hold that as a possibility. Um, hmm.
Let's search this house to see
yeah.
Yeah, you can.
why it's empty.
You've gone through it pretty thoroughly. You can keep going. You can go through it again. But
Okay.
you don't really find anything. You do find some dice upstairs, like gambling dice.
Like
That's kind of that's not really out of it strikes you. It's like that's a weird thing for farmers to have, but I guess farmers gamble too. I mean, they're
Yeah.
like scattered on the floor. That's what's weird. If they're laying on the floor, they're not like in a cupboard or in a shelf or anything like that. Um, you do
Hmm.
find looking through the
House
wardrobes and
is
stuff that there are night clothes that are probably in drawers. Night clothes in drawers. Um, the children's room is the whole house is fairly clean except for the mess with like whoever decided to eat in some of the beds and stuff like that.
seems like the house was ransacked, either by
It doesn't
Frizzies
it
or
doesn't feel like the
people.
house was ransacked really. Your idea of squatters from before sounds seems more plausible.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I
fine.
mean? Like,
Ugh.
Tomato, tomato,
it's not,
whatever.
no, it's totally different. It's not like people went through drawers and shit looking for stuff.
Well,
That,
that's, yeah.
so it's more like somebody was here for a short while and then left abruptly, is probably the impression that you're getting.
Okay. But I can't tell if it was a person or an animal. Seems like.
No, it wasn't an animal. Somebody cooked in the kitchen and left a bunch of meat and food just out. There are plates
Okay.
that have been taken out of the kitchen
Right,
that still
okay.
have rotten food smeared on them, that kind of thing.
This is like straight up like Fallout Raiders shit. Like
I don't
this
know
is
what
like
that
what
is either.
Raiders would do in
Now,
Fallout. Sorry,
where?
I've been getting into it,
That's
but
cool.
So
that's
what?
what they do. They raid. They what it sounds like. So they just take over
So if the
spaces and
Frizzies that were supposed to be in this building are in a cage in the barn,
The Frizzy Farm.
what
yeah.
what happened to the people here? What, like, were they attacked by Frizzy?
I kind of
Maybe
liked your
they
idea
didn't.
of the people
Maybe they
coming
didn't
from
want
out of
their
town.
frisbees.
What's that?
Maybe maybe they didn't want their frizzies. Maybe they thought it was weird. They tried them for a little bit and didn't like them and returned them.
It
I
kind of
don't know.
feels like you don't get a choice when the wizard runs the farm and has all these levers. Like
Say that again, Sean. Levers. I lost after levers.
that the wizard has this farm with the levers and he can just let them out whether you want them or not.
True. I wonder if the whole town agreed to this or not.
But
Small
then
town.
why would there be ones that seem unaffected or whatever in cages still?
Well, it's why
Mm,
is there one cage unopened
What
or not
let's
empty?
true.
let's look at the bodies in the fields and let's see what attacked them.
All right.
Because what I saw up in that bedroom in the wizard's room was definitely not a person that did that.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It was a lot. It was a lot of something.
yeah.
So,
And they
Oh
were
no,
still in that house.
you
So
know
not all of the
exactly.
Frizzies
Go
are
ahead,
in
go
the
ahead, go.
barn.
You know exactly what you are in your mind, Fernando. You know exactly what killed those two men upstairs. You know
yeah,
what killed those men.
yeah,
Those things in that fucking wardrobe.
yeah. So if the people in the fields look like they were killed by the same things that I saw in that house, like I don't know. I just think that's something we should investigate.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
Um,
Maybe I'll even do a sketch of their faces if I can
Anig,
stomach it.
would you mind
Ugh.
keeping an eye on um our friend with the zebras that went to the stables? What is he doing?
He's looking, and it looks around. You guys are in the house, so he goes over to a window. And he looks out. I'll go find him. He sticks his
All right.
dagger back in his sheath, and then he heads down the stairs. You guys are upstairs discussing this because that's where your search started downstairs, went upstairs, went back downstairs for a better search, and ended up upstairs. How about? Um,
Okay.
that's when you found the dice and all that shit. So he heads down. He heads out of the house. What do you guys? What do the three of you want to do? We're gonna wrap up here
Where
To the
did
momentarily.
cornfields.
yeah,
To the
where
cornfields. Okay, so you go back out. There's a front and a back door to this house, and the doors have a lot of bolts on them too. But you haven't taken the board off the back door yet though. They probably boarded
I
that
was
shut
gonna say
too.
let's go at the back because I want to see, but we could just go around the house, right? Is there
Yeah,
anything
you
stopping
can.
us
I'm just
from?
saying there are other ways to go, and so I'm trying to give you guys choices. You go back out. You go around the house. You head out into the cornfield. Um, you examine the bodies. I'm going to need a medicine or a hard first aid to
I
determine
got you.
accurately, you know, how do these people die? Um, your initial view does not look like they were torn apart.
How many coins do I got?
There's quite a few coins in play right now.
Ah,
Fernando has 3.
damn it.
Isabella has 5, and you have 4, Sean.
I'm gonna burn my 4.
Okay. To get
I
a
don't have
success
enough.
on your first aid.
Fail.
Hard success.
Oh, you're breaking it up to a hard. Oh, yeah, you need a hard success, don't you? So for first aid, yeah.
I rolled a 19, so 15 makes it hard.
Let me find the fields. I think there's something actually.
I was
Here we go.
overconfident.
The fields. That's okay. They're dead. That's what Isabella knows. These people are
Right.
definitely. These are corpses. They're dressed like typical farmers would dress. You'd think that kind of like the people you've seen in Ulthar, that kind of thing, medieval-esque. Um,
Are they
they're
ripped limb from limb though? That's
no, they're
something I
not.
can tell
They're
without
not
roll.
actually. It's still
Okay.
hard to look at. It's still bad. It
Yeah.
looks like these. They've been slashed. They've been bludgeoned. And they have been punctured. They do not look like they've been killed by animals. They have also not been eaten. It appears that nothing has molested these bodies. For however long they've been. They do stink. They're a little bloated. Obviously, they've been dead for more than a few hours. It's been at least a few days. Um, uh,
I mean,
this
if
looks
it's
totally.
been sunny,
Fernando, did you
they
make
may
your?
even be ruptured.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I failed. I failed mine. I'm just
You
saying
failed.
though, if they've been out in the sun for a bit, they may even be ruptured though too.
Yeah. So it's gross. It smells, but at least you're out in the open air. Fernando, this looks nothing like the bodies. I'll give you this for free. This looks nothing like the bodies you saw upstairs in the wizard's
yeah,
house.
and he'll say that. I go, yeah, they don't look like they've been.
Yeah.
Nothing
Sean,
like what I saw.
You're
Yeah.
like, no, this is not an
Yeah.
animal attack. Sean, what do you think it is? Does Loren say what he thinks it is?
This looks like somebody killed them rather than something.
Murder most foul.
How closely do you want to examine the bodies? I mean, you're going to turn them over and everything?
Yeah.
Some of the slashes, many of the slashes are in the back, and the punctures, and the bludgeoning is oftentimes to the back of the heads, and that kind of thing. And that's where we'll stop, because it's after 10 o'clock, just after 10.
They were murdered.
Murder most fouls. What?
I was gonna ask if I could. I was gonna ask if I could make a drawing check to draw
Write yourself
to
a
like
note.
sketch them.
Yep.
Write a note for next time.
All right.
This is where we'll start.
What
right
are you
here.
going to draw them in?
It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon ish. You guys have been investigating this for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Most of it was trying to talk to the Frizzies.
What are you going to draw them in? You filled your journal with a bad copy.
Oh, that's right.
I have
Oh,
I
she's
have
got.
a canvas.
Yeah, she has
I have
canvases and stuff.
I
She
have
could
like
use-
a.
Yeah.
So you're gonna are you gonna paint
I should
them
have
or
just
you
made it
draw
like a
them?
sketchbook though.
She's got a journal. She's probably got a sketchbook.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm guessing that the
I've got pencils and stuff.
right. I'm guessing the
that.
actual canvases are probably like on your saddlebag, Isabella. But you have other paper and vellum and stuff that you can
yeah.
use. Because those would be kind of bulky. But so you're probably not carrying them everywhere.
And if I run out, I can just magic up something.
Yeah.
Potentially.
A death
like
mask.
a bottle of blood.
A bottle of blood.
That's what I'm gonna be
Oh,
doing while
my
he's
God. Questions,
rolling it
comments,
over and examining.
suggestions.
Sketching.
That was incredible.
Wow, that was a lot. We got through a lot.
Yeah, but you only looked through.
There was a lot of notes. This
you
was
looked-
more notes
Yeah.
ever.
You looked through 3 houses.
Yeah, we never went in the tavern though, which I'm surprised about
You
because I
haven't
thought
gone
we
to
were
the
about to do that
Not
next.
yet.
You haven't gone to the other buildings down the road that look like signs over them. You haven't looked in the well.
Oh yeah.
You got to the Frizzy farm.
I
Yeah.
really I have an idea, but I'm not gonna share it yet.
Okay, write it down so you don't forget it next time.
Yeah.
I'm right now. So
Say
I
what?
think I'm thinking brigands or bandits came and raided this town and killed everyone, and the Frizzies
Yeah.
went fucking nuts.
Yeah, the Frizzies were maybe just trying to protect the townspeople from
I'm
them,
not 100% sure
and
the
maybe that's who was dead in the wizard's
brigands
house.
left.
You're not sure what?
I'm not even 100% sure that the brigands left.
That's what
Um.
I'm saying.
Oh.
I think they're in the
Oh,
tavern.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
so they're pretending to be the original townspeople, maybe.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
That could be very much, yeah.
You guys are thinking. I like to hear everybody thinking.
These are good ideas.
Free.
And you still have several hours
We're
of
on the right
daylight
track.
because once it's dark,
All hell's going to break
you
loose.
don't
Maybe
know
the
what's
tavern
gonna
isn't even
happen.
safe.
Mm?
If we have raiders or bandits, whatever, in the
You guys
tavern,
gonna
that might
lose
not
your
even.
zebras.
Keep in mind, you guys don't have to stick together as a group all the time
Yeah.
either. You can
Yeah.
split up and cover more
But it's
ground.
dangerous.
Yeah,
And
it is.
Why I want to stay together
Maybe.
Like to
for
abide
now.
by D&D rules. You don't split
No.
up the group.
No,
At
I
least the
hate
main
that.
Not in a dangerous.
I hate that
you
trope.
don't split the party.
Split the party. It makes for a better story.
But
Every single
in
time.
Ulster, it's safe. So we split the party all the time there. But here,
We should have brought some
I'm
cats
like
with
afraid to.
Should have brought some cats.
us.
They would not have come to
Ooh,
the Forest of Gloon. They'd have been like, bye-bye.
yeah.
I do have a feeling that Fernando's going to want to have a cat around him all the time when he gets back to the waking world. Though.
Aw,
Yeah,
hell
that's not
yeah.
a bad idea. All right, we're gonna stop streaming and
Oh,
recording.
speaking of cats, can you see my cider? I don't know
there's a
if you
cat
can
on the
tell.
cider.
He's like a calico
Nice.
and he's got sunglasses. Sorry, I'm trying to. He's so cute.
Oh, I keep moving, I think. All right,
I don't know
so
if you can tell.
good game. Since we're still right in the middle of it, I don't want to play without anybody next time, and Sean's gonna be gone
Yep.
for the rest of the month.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
One thing that we could do in a couple weeks, possibly, is a one shot of oh hell, what the hell's the name of the game? I still need to run a one shot of there's a goofy ass science fiction out of print science fiction game that I need to run so I can write
I
a
will
review for
say,
it.
technically, I will be back on the 26th.
On the 26th. Where's my
Yes.
calendar?
Yeah,
but
we fly.
are you gonna be in a position to actually play?
I mean,
or
we'll
is it
be
like-
home. We'll be home on the 24th.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I thought you were gone for the rest of the month. Okay.
I'm pretty much on vacation for the rest of the month.
Okay, so we could play the 26th if that sounds good to everybody.
Potentially, yes.
Okay,
Oh.
well, I'll
I'm
put it
okay
up
with
in
whatever.
potential games, and if there's
Because it'll
problems,
be
holler.
the 20 lights here.
Pretty sure that works. As far as I know, I don't have anything
Okay,
currently.
cool.
So
Because it would be good. It would help keep the momentum. I would
Yeah.
really love to play every week. When we get into a scenario, I'd love to just play every week till the scenario's done, and then take extra time. But I know
yes,
that's
I
a
should
bit
be
much for everybody.
home by midnight on the 24th.
Okay.
That's obviously as long
Day.
as everything.
Right. If something doesn't go wrong or schedules don't get screwed.
And so, the only thing we'll be doing the next day, I mean, right away, we're going to go and get Finley. I've already told Jana I'm just going to go to the vet and give me my dog.
Good.
Aw.
All right, so we'll put that as a potential for the
Yeah.
26th then. That'd be great. And then you guys can continue this. Don't forget to check your notes. If you have a chance to read the role-playing journal between games, that would be great to help refresh your memory. Closer to the
Forgot.
26th. No, that's okay. It's okay. It's not a requirement. You do not have
Yeah.
homework
Yeah,
in my game.
I
It just helps.
was
It can help
actually
you.
busy
It does.
today, so
I mean,
Especially
that's
with
kinda
this.
like-
Something is going on here. You guys
Yeah.
have figured out something is going on, and not all the things are making sense.
Yeah.
And it is a little tricky. This isn't just a simple, we got to find a murderer. Oh, here's all the clues.
Yeah.
Leads us straight to the guy. This one's a situation. I didn't write an end to this.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, what will the players do? And what will they figure out? And how will they escape from Twinkletown and the Frizzi-Nocs?
There were a few times here and there where I was like, I feel kind of dumb right now. I feel like it's supposed to be more obvious,
It's not.
and I'm just not getting it.
No, you
Okay.
guys haven't hit
That's
all
reassuring.
okay, you guys haven't gotten all the information yet. You left I will tell you this, you left the wizard's house and did not, you talked about searching through that library, but nobody did. because it was going to
Yeah.
take hours
Oh.
potentially. Remember?
Well, we can come
There
back
is a
if we
lot
need
of
to.
you can. There's a
We
lot
need
of
a fresh start
information
on
there,
that.
but it will take a library use roll. Generally takes about 4 hours. I don't know if any of you've done research.
So we got to clear out the place first,
Uh,
then do
No.
that
you?
if we want to,
I don't know if you can. I just don't know.
or just ignore it.
Hope
Hey,
for the best.
have a
I mean, if
feeling-
we're gonna
I have
take
a
4
feeling
hours,
as-
we got to
as
clear the
long as
whole
we don't
house.
try to-
Say
as
that
long
again.
as we don't try to take, as long as we don't try to take anything, I think we'll be all right.
Dang, I want that little stuffed animal though. It's so
Keep
cute.
thinking that until somebody finds something in
I
that
want
bag.
it.
You could
Well,
use
okay,
the dream
maybe I'll
magic to
say
create a
this.
copy of it,
Yes.
Say
Wait, copy of what?
maybe
of the little
The
stuffed.
stuffed animal.
Oh
Frizzy.
yeah, you could. You could also use your dream magic
That's
to
a great
seal
idea.
up that hole in the wall. Don't forget.
Yep.
You guys need to remember,
Yeah,
you're like superheroes. You can do a
I
lot
know,
of
but
crazy
there's
crap.
probably like 12 more other holes somewhere else.
Maybe.
So
All right, so we're gonna wrap up the stream and the recording. Hey, thanks anybody who watches this later, because nobody came tonight, which is fine. And say goodbye. Hey, bye everybody. Bye.
bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.